Good morning, people, man. Hope everybody is blessed. I know it's been a minute. It has been a minute. Big up Hakeem, man. Big up to Hakeem. Big up to Sai as well. Always showing love every single time, every single day, man. Big up to yourself. Good conversations as well around football. And I've been checking out your page, Sai. Actually, yeah, you look like you're doing some important things. Important things, man. So big up to you, your damn self. Big up to Ends as well every single time. Hope he is blessed, man. But you know why we're here, man? We're doing the Premier League predictions. Premier League predictions, man. I don't know. I'm still kind of unsure with a few of the teams. I might even change my mind throughout this stream, throughout this video. If you're watching this on the replay, as always, guys, first of all, make sure you smash the like button, but also leave your Premier League predictions in the comment section, man. I'd love to see come the end of the season. You never know, I might even have a prize. I may even have a prize for someone who gets all 20 predictions correct. So from first to 20, if someone gets that all correct, yeah, I feel like you deserve a prize, whatever that is. We'll decide if we see it. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, man, put your predictions in there. Yeah, first of all, man, before we even get into the predictions in itself, man, I was looking at something because we see this morning, I think it is, Savinho is going to Spurs. So I thought, okay, yeah, listen, look, he's okay. Like he's not a player that I particularly wanted or anything like that. More so since being at Manchester City, I don't think he's done well since being there. But yeah, he's one of those players. But it was more the price. It's the price. And then obviously we've seen the price that Tottenham have paid for Mateus Fernandes. We've seen the price that Tottenham have paid for Tonali, that Man City have paid for Elliot Anderson, you know, quite a lot of, and there's other deals as well, right? But there's big up beans on our toes. There's quite a lot of deals that the Premier League clubs seem to be doing. Obviously, West Ham were a former Premier League club, right? But there seems to be, we all talk about the market being inflated, right? Now, obviously, when you got players like Yandy and Monday going for like over 100 M's, it does kind of make sense. I get it, right? But let's say you take him out, because it's only really him and Barcola who seem to be the ones who in Europe are going to cost you over 100 M's, right, to sign. Other than those two, everybody else seems to be, do you get what I'm saying? Like what I would deem to be, oh yeah, that's a calm price. Ferran Torres, you know, 50 odd million or whatever, 60 million, whatever it was, from to PSG. Mika Gotza for PSG again, Akliush PSG again, but also other deals that I've seen, you know, around Europe, right? I'm just using PSG as just an example, right? Because they're a top club and, you know, they're still able to go out there and not have to worry about signing players for over 100 million, you know, all that kind of stuff. Heck, that's the reason why they didn't really want to pursue, I guess, the whole Yandy Monday thing, right? Otherwise, they could have just paid it. But when it comes to Premier League, yeah, this, you know, 75 million for, you know, Bruno Guimaraes, it's an okay deal. Like, yeah, maybe kind of, you know, kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's just a Premier League thing, in my personal opinion. I don't look at it as a widespread kind of problem, so to speak. I think it's just purely the Premier League, and I actually think it's got something to do with the PSR stuff. I don't know. I feel like it's something within that is the reason as to why, you know, the Premier League clubs are buying these players from other Premier League clubs for such a hefty amount. But listen, it is what it is. That was my little thought this morning, right? When I saw the Savinho deal and I saw exactly how much that Spurs are willing to spend. Now, again, I'm not saying, listen, you want to go and sign a player, you think this player is going to help improve your team, whoever that may be. Cool. I'm not even arguing that. I'm just saying what you couldn't find. No one else. Like there's not another player of an equal level to Savinho. I don't know. Maybe there isn't. Maybe in Tottenham's bracket there really isn't a player out there, and if there isn't, fairs. You get what I'm saying? There's not much I can do with that. But yeah, for me, it just seems a little bit dodgy. But listen, we're not here to split eggs. We're not here to split eggs. Yeah, man, I'm all good, sir. I'm all good, man. I hope you're blessed this morning. But listen, without further ado, let's just get straight into this. And then at the end, I wanted to do like a Premier League All-Star 11. obviously just for this season. So yeah, we'll have a little fun with that come the end of this video. Like I said, guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and let's get straight into it. Let's start with, we'll go from 20th obviously down, and then I'll run through the teams, so to speak. I'll show you guys now. So I'll run through the kind of teams, manager, whatever, blah blah blah, reasons why I put them in, you know, these kind of positions. If you disagree, please just let me know in the comment section. Like I said, I could potentially change my mind. There are a few teams that I'm still kind of second guessing. But anyways, first off, I've got in 20th place, I've got Hull City. Yeah, I honestly, I've just not seen enough from them really in the transfer window. I don't even feel like they're a good enough club to stay in this league. Hence why I put them in at 20th. Not really much to really say on them. They obviously got this Harrington centre back, the young centre back in. I mean, if he does well, then great. I can see him going on to do bigger and better things, you know, potentially. But other than that, I think they're going to struggle. I mean, when you've got a striker in, and no disrespect, but McBurney, 2026, we're going into 2027, and your striker is McBurney. Yeah, he's either going to be one of those wildly underrated type of strikers, or he's going to do exactly what I think he's going to do, which is, well, you're not going to do anything. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I've got them in in at 20th. In 19th, I got Ipswich. I have got Ipswich. I think they get relegated again. I know, big up Tony. I know that they've obviously made signings and stuff like that this season, or this summer, should I say. That's not to say that I think so. With all of these, I think the Premier League isn't going to be, especially the bottom half of the table. I think it's going to be close. Like maybe not the bottom three potentially, but the rest of the league, I feel like it's going to be close. I don't feel like there's going to be too many runaways here. I do think quite a lot of teams are improving their teams quite a bit. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I watched any of Ipswich preseason games because I ain't got a freaking clue over there. This is really just a guess more than anything else, right? So yeah, but I've seen some of their business. I went online yesterday to have a look. I said, yeah, listen, look, it's pretty cool. I actually think maybe you had a better team the first time you came up, and maybe you were a little bit unlucky. Obviously, if they're able to play the same, other things work in their favor, then yeah, potentially, you know, it could, you know, it could change. But you know, at this moment in time, yeah, I'm not thinking that these guys are going to stay up. Big up ends, man. I hope you're doing blessed this morning, my G. Next up I've got is Coventry. I think Coventry are going to do you think they're going to stay up. They do well enough in terms of they're a good team. They're not going to be like, or I don't think they're going to be like trying to think who got relegated last season. I can't even remember, man. Who was here last season? It was, let's have a look, see. Yeah, I think they're going to be like Wolves. And I know Wolves finished bottom, right? I know Wolves finished bottom, but Wolves were still good. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes, side. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like Wolves are still good, and we were not baffed because obviously, bro, you're playing poorly. I think Wolves lost what? How many games did they lose? They lost 24 matches, same as Burnley, you know, last season. So it wasn't that, but I felt that Wolves were better than Burnley. Do you know what I mean? Like on paper, just head to head, whatever you want to see it. I just felt like they were better than Burnley. And there were a few games where I felt, wow, Wolves are actually mad unlucky. A couple of those draws that they had last season, I'm sure they had a draw against Arsenal. And in my head, I was thinking, oh, if they had won that one, it would have obviously, you know, impacted the title race at the time, you know, in context to that period of time. But also could have helped them in their own relegation battles. You never know, right? And they went on like I don't want to say a good run, because I don't think they went on like a winning run, but in terms of performances, obviously played against Liverpool, played against Arsenal, can't remember the other team, maybe Chelsea or Man City, but they played well in those games, and they did so throughout the season. I just felt like, you know, when your team is just not good enough, it's just really just not good enough. I feel like Coventry are going to be like that. That's the way I've kind of looked at them. Again, I could be so wrong with all these predictions. I just can't see any of the other teams when I'm looking at them now, unless they really do badly, then yeah, I just can't really see it. But you know, we'll wait and see. Big up to Sai. He's obviously gifted out membership as well, guys. If you just want to support the channel, I'm going to try and do some more content in relation to membership and stuff like that. So just just stuff just for members or member only videos that come out first just for the members. So if you guys just want to support the channel, don't want to send in super chats and all that kind of rubbish, I think it's only $1.99. So if you want to do that, be my guest. If not, come on, man. I don't care. It is always going to be love. All right, we are on 17th. All right, so 17th, I've actually got Fulham. Obviously got in Arbeloa. He managed Real Madrid last season. I'm not going to judge him by that particularly because it's Real Madrid kind of thing. Difficult managing over there. We saw what happened with Xabi Alonso. We've seen what's happened with, other teams, other managers, should I say, managing at Real Madrid. I just don't think he's a good manager, though. Like, when I say good, I will be shocked if Fulham do well this season. Like, he's going to have to surprise me, essentially. That's where I think, okay, he's way better than I thought. And if he is, listen, I like Fulham. That's why I haven't got them relegated. I don't really want to see Fulham relegated. I like Fulham. Do you get what I mean? They're that type of club. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like they're a very weird club because they have been flirting with that kind of bottom half of the table, in my opinion, for a bit too long. I feel like they should almost have been in the Bournemouth, Brighton kind of bracket because they've been spending money. Remember, like, Fulham have been spending money for a long, long time. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, obviously, yes, I know there was, I think, a couple of seasons ago they weren't able to buy this, that, and the third, but they've got still decent enough players. Obviously, they had the Harry Wilson, obviously, last season. You got King as well, Kevin, Garcia. They obviously get in Sander Berg, Iwobi, Robinson, Bassi Anderson, Leno, and got like, that's not a. I shouldn't be putting them 17th in my personal opinion. But again, the game's not played on paper, right? But I don't feel like they're a squad-wise, I don't feel like they're a 17th place team. But they're so inconsistent. So that's why I look at them and I just think, yeah, I don't know. I really, really don't know. I'm just not that convinced on Fulham, if I'm being super honest. G. Garcia striker. Isn't that the one that came from Real Madrid? If so, listen, Savage would be the best person to ask because I don't actually have a clue on him. I'm sure didn't he used to play for, or maybe I'm thinking of the other one. Maybe it's the other one I'm thinking of. If it's the one I'm thinking of, anyway, then yeah, Savage would be the one. Anything to do with Real Madrid, yeah. I really don't pay too much attention. Is it the one? Yeah, okay, yeah, the one at Real Madrid. Okay. I haven't watched enough of him. I'm not even gonna front. I have not seen enough of him. I've heard people talk about him, but again, if you want to know, ask Savage. He'd be the best person to ask in that regards. Anyway, big up, big up Beans Pontos. Come on, won the golden ticket. You know the vibes. Big up Tony as well. Yeah, man, guys. Like I say, if you want to just support the channel, listen. You know me. I don't care about that kind of stuff, man. Helps towards the channel, of course, as always. But listen, it's not that deep for myself. But yeah, if you do want to become a member of the channel, please do so. And big up to Sai for gifting out those memberships. But yeah, like I said, Fulham do have a decent enough team. I do think missing Harry Wilson, will it have an impact? I just think he would have been a good player to have kept in the squad, considering I think he moved to Leeds, where I'm like, rah, it's not even like you moved up a level. Fulham and Leeds are on the same level. You've literally just moved sideways and you've moved further out. So maybe you just wanted to be closer to Liverpool. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, I'm semi-worried for Fulham. But again, just so that you guys know, I would say from position, let's say from 12th, I think when I looked at my list, from 12th to 17th, anyone. It's not going to surprise me. This one was just, I didn't actually really care. It was just, yeah. And big, yeah. See what I'm saying? So I think Fulham can finish 11th, 100%. 100%. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, it is just one of those kind of things. All right, let's go to the next position. 16th, and I've got Newcastle in there. Newcastle, no European football this season. They've had an absolutely horrid summer. Now, I've not watched Newcastle content, so I don't know what it is that fans are necessarily saying. I see a little bit on social media, but not enough to really gauge how Newcastle fans feel, especially about their summer window. It can't be good that you've lost Anthony Gordon, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, Isak last season. You've lost literally some of the best players in this league, and you've lost them obviously to big clubs. Do you get what I mean? Bigger and better clubs. So I guess there is some type of like, solace behind it. I don't really know, but I'm looking at the team. You've got a new manager in, which I think is going to be very interesting to see how he adapts to the Premier League. When you look on paper, I look at the back four. Like, this is just on paper, right? I couldn't get the one with like the squad depth and stuff like that, right? So again, excuse me if I haven't got all the correct players on here and certain players have maybe left and blah blah blah. But on paper, I look at this team and I say, yeah, I feel like this is a team maybe, but again, between 11th and 16th is kind of where I look at a Newcastle and think, yeah, that's probably around about where you should finish. If you can keep a lot of these players fit, which I do think is Newcastle's problem or has been Newcastle's problem, is that they haven't been able to keep a lot of these players fit. And where they haven't been able to keep these guys fit, it's obviously brought on problems because then you're playing, you're playing players who are not even close to the level of the players that you're, not able to actually play. And you're already at a level where it's like, yeah, we can't really afford to be using too many youngsters or too many fringe players and things like that. You don't have the deepest of squads either. That's also a major problem, I think, for Newcastle, is that you don't have enough of a squad. And listen, it's difficult. Do you know what I mean? And we're always talking about it for Liverpool, right? It's a very difficult thing to be able to just have a squad of just all good players. Only Man City, PSG seem to be able to have done that. Arsenal are trying to do that now, kind of thing. It's a difficult thing, and I totally understand that. But yeah, I just think I did see yesterday or today, Newcastle are planning a new training facility and stuff like that. Hey, listen, look, I feel like these kind of things should be done when you're like, I feel like Liverpool only did that kind of stuff when they were winning, when they were doing well off the pitch commercially, revenue and finances and stuff like that. I feel like you men are doing it now, and it's like, do you really want to do that now? Like, you ain't doing so great right now. Do you really want to waste money in a position where you may not be getting that money back for a long time? Now, all of a sudden, debts start to. I say debts like they haven't got the richest owners out there, but you know what I mean. It's like, does it make sense to do stuff like that now? I don't know. Again, I'm not a Newcastle fan. I ain't even gonna pretend like I know what's kind of going on over there, but yeah, it's a bit mad. It's a bit mad. Newcastle have got serious problems. I think they will struggle. Yep, 100%, 100%. Big up, Jerry. Check out what's that. Oh yeah, say no more. Say no more. Send it to you now. I will send it to you now. Just give me 2 secs, peeps. Give me two secs. Send this out to Jerry. See what he's saying. Let me even change the layout real quick. Apologies, people. Just give me two seconds. I'll sort that out. Yeah, I'll sort that out in a bit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, social man. Yeah, I mean, I ain't done a live in a minute. In a minito. G saying because of lack of talent or you don't rate manager. If you're talking about Newcastle or Fulham, which one was you talking about, sir? Which one was you talking about? Jerry saying he thinks Newcastle will do well. No, I hear it. I hear it. Like I said, listen, like I said, from 10th, 11th to 16th, was it 7th, 18, 19, to 17th, anybody. Like for me, this wasn't a guaranteed hit for any of these positions, by the way. I just put them in there because I just feel like these are going to be the bottom half teams anyway. Did you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't even look at it as yeah, these teams are rubbish or anything like that. No, it's just these are the bottom half teams. I had to put them somewhere, so I just kind of put them, in that kind of position. I think Newcastle can finish from 10th to 13th. Yeah, maybe so. You mean Newcastle? I don't know enough about the manager. I'm not gonna lie. Haven't watched anything about him. Couldn't even care less about him, to be honest with you. But I am intrigued to see how he does. I am very, very much intrigued. So yeah, we'll wait and we shall see. Let's move on to the next one. Who have I got in 15th? Brentford. I actually forgot some of these because I didn't bloody number them. I didn't name them. So now I'm looking at them for the first time properly. Brentford in 15th. I think Brentford got European football this season, I want to say. Conference League. Could be wrong. If so, then maybe I might change my prediction. if Brentford don't have European football, but I'm sure they do. I'm sure they. Hold on, where did they finish? 9th. Did they get European football last season? Yeah, they do. Yeah. They do. They do. Yeah, because we had 5 in the Champions League. Are we sure? Okay, cool. Yeah, you lot said yes. So I'm going to go with what you lot said. Cool. If that's the case, I'm keeping them in the 15th position. Not because I think that Brentford are poor. I just think European competition, I don't feel like they're going to be able to necessarily navigate that. I think we saw that with Palace. We saw that with Nottingham Forest last season. Villa obviously did really, really good in terms of being able to maintain their kind of spot. But I think Villa obviously at a different kind of level. When I look at these kind of teams, I think they would end up doing well in Europe. So I think they are going to go quite far. I just think that they're going to sacrifice quite a bit when they do get far in these kind of competitions. And as long as they stay in the league and do well in these kind of European competitions, you can do exactly what Palace did. Now Palace are in the Europa League after winning the Conference League. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And again, Palace might be looking at it this season thinking, you know what, if we can win the Europa League, and a lot of these teams are going to be looking at it, win the Europa League, you're in the Champions League. It doesn't even matter about my league form. As long as I stay in the league, it really does not matter. So I think a lot of teams of the lower end who are in Europe, they're gonna be, they're gonna be looking at that European and thinking, if we can make the step up to Champions League, massive. Can you imagine Champions League football coming to a team like Bournemouth or Brighton, or the kind of players that these people will be getting? Whew. Yeah, it's gonna be mad. But listen, I think Brentford are a very good team though. I do think that, they finished 9th last season. Yeah, that's an accurate reflection. Finished above Chelsea, Fulham, Newcastle, Everton, Leeds, Palace. They're a good team. They are a good team, but I just think Europe is going to take its toll, and I don't think they've got necessarily the squad depth. Again, that's all it is. It's the squad depth behind a lot of these teams. I don't feel like they have that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. 15th, 14th. Who we got? Palace. Yeah, this one kind of burned me. Big up, Jay. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna get you in. Yeah, Palace. I didn't really want to put them so low. Obviously, Oliver Glasner's gone. He's gone to Nottingham Forest. Again, Palace, I think exactly like Brentford. I just think they've signed some good players. I just think they lack depth. So I just think it's going to be exactly like last season. They finished last season 15th place. So I'm giving them an extra place up just because. But I just think that, yeah, they're not going to be too good. I don't think anyway this season. But listen, who knows? They are obviously. I've done one to watch. I've done Wharton. Sarr, I believe, is leaving, or he's definitely got interest. So I need to wait and see in regards to that one. Anyway, hold on. Let me get Jay in. 2 secs, Jay. 2 secs.
Do you think? Take your time.
Oh, look at that.
I feel like buying it.
Oh, my bad. Don't know if that was me. Let's get Jay's one. Phil. Let's get that to Phil. There we go. Yes, big up, Jay, man. How are you? First and foremost.
I'm calm, man. What are you saying? I'm calm, man. I'm calm. Just here, bro.
I'm on. How's your summer been so far? I feel like I didn't spoke to you properly, man. How's your summer?
Bro, I ain't in time, bro.
How you been?
I'm calm, man. I'm calm. Summer, obviously, we'll chat afterwards. Some of you supposed to be outside. You've been indoors making videos.
I've been indoors looking after this little far. Yeah. It's been an interesting summer holiday. Some interesting things have happened. But just before we,
it's been calm.
No, good. Before we continue. Obviously, I'm up to 14th place now. I'll go through them anyway, just so you can see them in regards to maybe if there's teams that you might swap or you might put in a different position kind of thing, because I would love to know. In terms of maybe I don't need to do the bottom three. The bottom three, who in your eyes, when you're looking at it? I had Hull, Ipswich, and Coventry, the 3 teams that came up.
I think Coventry stay up.
Mm-hmm.
I think Coventry stay up. I think the other two probably go down.
Okay.
I think Coventry might do just because it's for me. Either Coventry or Ipswich stay up. I think Hull City go down.
Hull City go down.
Yeah, so I think they might look. They could go down, but I like Radoni. I like Grimes a lot. Just watching the Championship. Obviously, Urenchi. We'll see how he can do in the Prem. Obviously, gone international. The rest of the players I don't really know. Sakamoto's all right. They've got Lampard in there as well. He's got some Prem experience being in the Prem and having managed in the Prem as well. So that gives them an aid. So yeah, they're calm. I mean, they could go down. They could also do well. But Radoni, for me, the one to watch in this team will be Radoni. I think after this he gets a big move, a la Maddison leaving Norwich to go Leicester or something like that. I think he will have a good season and he will end up playing for one of the big boys, top 6 teams. Yeah.
Okay, well maybe I've got to watch Radoni then instead of you, because Urenchi I've only seen during the World Cup, so I just picked him again. I don't know Coventry's team. I didn't watch them in the Championship like that last season, so yeah, I just picked him when I saw the team sheet. But yeah, if Radoni's the one to watch, then I guess he's the one to watch. If you're saying Coventry stay up, who's the one that comes down then?
It'll be Ipswich. Vice versa. So it's Hull City and Coventry. Well, Hull City 100% go down for me.
Yeah.
I think they're just a lottery pick in it. You know, like they weren't meant to be there. They got in there on the technicality. So do you know what I mean? So cool. So Hull City go down. I think one of Ipswich and Coventry stay up, but I don't know which one yet.
Okay. Calm. Who else did I have? So I put Fulham in 17th. Where do you think they kind of finish? Obviously, they just lost Marco Silva. Harry Wilson's obviously gone to Leeds. They still got a decent team, though. It's not like the team's dead.
Yeah, I think their team's decent. I think one thing, I think the good thing about Fulham is that there's not been any movement. Like they haven't lost any players like that. Obviously, Raul Jimenez has left. He's gone back down to the Championship to Wolves.
Yeah, which was interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, so he's gone back to Wolves. Obviously, they've got Oscar Bob, you got King, you got Kevin. I know they're still looking to get a couple people on loan. King, obviously, a big player for emerging player for them. I think they're a decent team, and I think as long as Robinson can maintain his level, Bassi and Anderson, that's a partnership that's just growing. It would be obviously been really, really good, and if Garcia can turn it on, you just never know. I mean, they're one of the teams that I don't see them going down. I think they could have a poor season and end up in that 15th to 14th to 16th or whatever it is. But I don't see them going down though. I just think they're too much continuity. Like, yes, they've changed the manager, but they've got the same players more so that have been there. Yeah. So true. When that benefits them.
No, it's true. Newcastle, bro. Obviously, lost Eddie Howe, Bruno Guimaraes, Anthony Gordon, Isak last season, Tonali this season. That team has been gutted, and I couldn't find like a squad depth of their team, so I just looked at everyone's 11. That 11 isn't great. To me, it's not great.
Yeah. Well, put it this way: that from what I understand, that manager's a really good manager. Apparently, he's one of the underrated. Yeah, apparently he's really underrated. Like from what I've read, German proper that got them playing. Obviously, managed big egos in terms of being manager of was it Al Hilal or Al Ahly or one of them teams?
One of them
in Saudi. Al Hilal, Al Ahly, they all look the same to me. So apologies for any supporters, but I think it will be decent. Obviously, Hornacek, I'm not sure how good he is in goal, but obviously they've brought him in to compete with Pope. They've still got Pope there, which is good depth, good depth for them. I think the back line is a very, very good back line. Like very, very good back line.
Yes.
That back line's really, really good. Obviously in midfield, they've obviously lost players. Bamba is a very, very good player. Bamba's very good. Let me actually have a look. 'Cause to your point, let me go on Newcastle website. I want to see what players they've actually got because
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find, like a thing that had oh yeah, is that Al Hali? Al Ahali Ali?
yeah. 1 second,
Yeah.
let me just check teams. First team. So got Nick Pope, Livramento, Hall, Botman, Fabian Scher still there, Joe Linton still there, Alaji Bamba still there, Johan Wissa, Osula, Harvey Barnes, Tiao, Stur, Bazumana, Torre, player, Elanga, Murphy, Voltamari might be leaving, Joe Willock, Dan
I feel
Burn.
like Lang is injured.
They've got Amar Dedic as backup to Livramento, probably, who's a
Dedic is
decent
good.
player.
I like Dedic. Yeah.
Jacob Ramsey, Neve. They got Lewis Miley, the Miley brothers. Caldera on that. So yeah, they have obviously lost a lot of players, but they have a lot of options. Like you've got Barnes and Bazumana Toure that can go and alternate. They've got Murphy and Elanga, right? In the 10, they could have Jacob Ramsey there. They could have Miley in there. That's obviously done quite well for the last couple of seasons. Obviously, difficult to get into that team being a youngster, but clearly he's good enough to mix with those bad boys. I think he's only like 18 anyway. He's 19. He's proper young, right? It'll be quite interesting. I think, look, if Wissa can get back to can play how he did in the World Cup and get back to how he plays, already you've got a 20-goal season striker. He done it at Brentford, right? If anything, it's quite interesting because if people don't respect Newcastle, it might give them a better opportunity to play teams on the counter. I think what's happened over time with Newcastle is when Newcastle were, you didn't really know what they were about. I think Eddie Howe done really well with them because you could get their space in behind. So the likes of Isak at the time, Almiron, your Murphys, there's space in behind to attack. Once you become a bit better and you drop off, that's when Newcastle started to struggle because they couldn't break teams down, and then they would get caught on the counter, and then that's where you're looking for Eddie Howe to do something quite interesting. So I like their backline a lot. I think obviously that's quite solid. They've kept it together, and I think that's really important. They've got a couple young players in there. Voltamada might be leaving, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
He's leaving?
Him on loan, yeah. Apparently, he might be going on loan back to Germany. So, yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in that number 10 position. But the good thing about Newcastle is that, yes, they've got a new manager. Yes, obviously, Eddie Howe's left, and those things are negatives, but you can look at it as a positive as well. They weren't really going anywhere. They were capped. Yeah. Maybe they needed to go down this route where they go and get some of these younger players again. Maybe, I know you spoke about, but reinvest in the training ground and stuff to start to attract players to come to the club a bit more, as opposed to having to pay them. If you can attract players with the infrastructure and everything that you've got in place, you might start being able to keep these players for a bit longer. So like a Bamba, I'm interested to see how he does. Bazumana, Toure, Wissa as well. I think Wissa's going to have a good season personally. There's something in me that just feels like, yeah, he might cause Liverpool problems on Sunday.
Nah, he needs to have a good season though. After last season,
definitely, whatever happened. Yeah. But I think the way he played in that World Cup, Cup, and especially for Congo and the movement, I think as long as he gets a run, you can get a tune at him. I think he's a player. I think he can drop in, he can link up. Bazumana Toure is rapid. By the way, if you talk about pace, he's up there. So it'll be really interesting to see how he does down that side. So yeah, it'll be interesting thing for Newcastle. They could finish in 16th. They could, but they could also do a mid-table and 8th. Yeah, I think it's quite this season in general with all these players. The team is always just mad.
And that's what I was telling everyone before is that I to me there's just a top half of the table and bottom half of the table. You can put everyone in any position, and I don't think you're going to be surprised. As Jerry said, 8th. I'm saying, if they finish 8th, that wouldn't surprise me. It would just be like, oh yeah, they've got enough to do 8th. They've got no European football this season, so it is one game a week, just cup games, every now and then. It could work. So I think a lot of these teams are going to be banking on fitness of their 11, but also for the teams who are not playing Europe, like Spurs, like Chelsea, like Newcastle, you don't need that much fitness in terms of, I don't need the big squad all the time, if that kind of makes sense, like how Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal do, because they're facing 4 competitions, Europe and all these kind of things. So we'll wait and see. We'll go to 12th. We'll go to 12th. Oh, no, sorry. We'll go to 13th, actually. This is I put Forest there. I put Forest. Now, I rate Oliver Glasner highly. I think he's a really, really good manager. The only reason why I've got Forest down there is just because I think, not to say that they can't go higher like a Newcastle. I just look at the squad and I think in the last couple of seasons, since making Europe, and obviously did well last season to get to the semi-finals of the Europa League and only missed out to Villa, obviously the eventual winners. I just look at their team and I think it's going to level itself out with Nottingham Forest, where 8th to 13th is your position. If you have another good season, you can finish 8th, finish in the Conference Europa League. If not, 13th won't necessarily represent a bad season, but because of the money that they have spent, the owner might look at it like that and think, yo, we can't be finishing any lower than 9th, as an example. We need to take Bournemouth's position. We need to take Brighton's position, of last season. When I look at the table, Bournemouth finished 6th, Sunderland finished 7th, Brighton finished 8th, Brentford finished 9th. I think Forest are looking at those positions and saying we should be in there. I just don't know if they're going to be able to do it, though, man. What do you think about Forest? Obviously, got your guy Murillo in there as well.
Yeah, big up Murillo.
Milenkovic. They've signed Diamonde. They have got a good back line. I'm going to tell you that right now. Their back line is super solid.
It's solid. I like that back line, that trio. I think as a three, it works as well. It's a weird one with Forest, man. I feel like they could end up having a bad season as well,
Yeah, bro. I promise you, they could.
Isn't it not? So last season they had a terrible season. The season before, did they have a terrible season or did they have a good season?
The last season bad. The season before, no good. Remember, that's how they got into Europe.
Good. And the season before that was bad.
Oh yeah, they were almost relegated. Yeah.
So exactly. So I think it's going to go terribly. I think there's going to be, and not necessarily because of the players. I think that owner Marinakis, is going to Glasner seems like he's quite hard headed. We saw how he came out in terms of Gay leaving and in the season with regards to that parish when he thought his players were going. Yes, you've got a manager now an owner that will probably give you some license to go and spend. But if it doesn't work out, if you go on a bad run beginning of the season, you'll be gone.
Yeah.
And then that whole thing starts to happen again. So it's it emotionally just takes your toll. When you're going into there's nothing in there that screams to me, you know what, they're gonna have a mad season.
Yeah. Maybe
it's the manager. Maybe that's the only thing that screamed. If Glasner can do what he did at Palace, then that's the one thing I look at. But I don't look in that team and think, oh, you know what, you made a signing that kind of indicates you're going somewhere different. What I would expect from Forest to do at this moment in time, considering how much money they spent, is to have gone down the route of a Newcastle and get a Bruno Guimaraes equivalent from somewhere in France or from somewhere in Syria or a Tonali and go and see, okay, cool. So yes, you've gone and lost Anderson. What have you done with that money? And right now, you've got Ousmane Diomande. I mean, Aina's good. Williams is calm. Could you have upgraded on that maybe though?
Yeah, 100. Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I mean? I look at it. Could you have I would have looked at it and been like, all right, can Forest go and get Iliman Ndiaye from Everton?
Yes, something like
that. That type of signing where you're like, oh, okay, you're trying to, you're being smart in the market, but you're trying to be a bit creative. Again, Igor Jesus, cool. Gibbs White, cool. Yes, they're playing one game a week, so they could have a decent season. But they could also have I think 13th is calm. I think that's kind of the average,
No, agree with everything you said. 12th, Everton. Now, I put Everton here because I feel like they're a club that I was listening to Ashley Williams on TalkSport, and not that I agreed with everything that he said, but some of it I thought, they're a club that I feel you're not moving anywhere. You're not doing anything better or worse. You're just staying where you're at this moment in time. I don't really know what that looks like for you guys. I mean, Garner is underrated. I actually think he's better than I thought he was. So big up to him. Obviously they got in Northgard from Arsenal. Is that Hayden Hackney? I want to say.
Yeah, Hayden Hackney. Yeah, player.
Again, another very good Championship player coming up. Fair enough. Dewsbury Hall obviously is a Premier League player, so I like him in terms of his style of play. Ndai, obviously we know what Ndai is about. Barry, not good in my personal opinion. I think definitely an area they could have upgraded in that striker position. Considering your backup is then Beto, you could have upgraded in that position. Backline, it's a typical Everton reliable backline, if that makes sense. Like this is an Everton backline, but I look at the team and I just think you're not moving anywhere. Like you haven't done anything where it's like we're going to sign a good goalkeeper. We're going to challenge Pickford. We're not going to keep Pickford in goal. It's going to be this new goalkeeper who we think, I don't know, is better with the ball, like whatever kind of thing. You haven't really upgraded there. Then I look at, like I said, striker position. You haven't really upgraded there. Again, by the way, people, I could be wrong. I haven't got the full squad here. So if anybody does know, let me know and I'll take that back. But at the moment, I look at this squad and I think they will do well to finish 12th. I think they'll do well to finish there. And then I have a sneaky suspicion he's going to leave because he would have left to go to Saudi, but he wants to stay in the Premier League. I think if a Premier League club comes in for him, he's gone. And if he goes...
Who comes in for him? You think Arsenal?
Nah, because they already signed Zolis. He would have been the Zolis signing as opposed to him. He's of that kind of thing where you then go and get someone better. Listen, if Liverpool and Everton didn't have their whatever, I would have said Liverpool should buy a player like him. But they already kind of have that jinky brother. Villa, I would say Aston Villa. Aston Villa, they've lost obviously a couple players. Morgan Rogers obviously being a main one. But Everton, I think they'll do well to get 12th. They just don't seem like they're moving. What about you, man? When you look at Everton, their team and that,
I think that they're an interesting one, man. Like they could have a decent season. I think with a lot of teams, they could have a poor season. I think the player I'm looking at more so, obviously, in Dyer's there is Tyreek George. So they signed him from Chelsea, and he's been a bad boy in pre-season.
He has.
I didn't know he's that good. I didn't know. Like I didn't. You know, I know you're into the academy stuff and that, bro. I don't care, bro. Like I really don't care. Like I coach the players and then I shut off. I don't care about some academy prospect because 9 times out of 10, these men aren't making it.
Yeah,
right. Exactly. So I don't get excited by man like that. Do you get it? Like you've got to be a talent for me to be like, oh, yeah. When I was younger, because I was at that similar age, I used to watch your Adam Morgans or a couple years or 3-4 years older than me. I used to watch, not anymore. But I didn't know how good Tyreek George is. As in he's, you know, you talk about players, the wingers that Liverpool could have signed under the radar. I was like, I didn't know he's that good. Like
he seems to have gotten obviously better with game time. Yeah, that's definitely.
I don't know where did he play last season?
Everton. He was at Everton.
Last season he was.
He went on loan. I think they bought him now. But
I don't remember him playing for Everton. Maybe
he didn't. That was it. He was come off the bench for like 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there, kind of thing.
Yeah, but so he wasn't playing. But this preseason, he's looked a menace. So for me, he's someone it's interesting to go and watch. Obviously Hayden Hackney as well. That's again a decent bias. Like that midfield of Dewsbury Hall, Garner, Hayden Hackney. I think it can work. I think it can be a very good midfield. Then allows you to put Tyreek George out wide. You still got Alcaraz that they signed from Southampton. That's still there, obviously. Settling in. So they've got some options. I think it's going to have to be a big season from Barry. I think he can do it. I think there's something about him. I think Beto's the one where he's a handful, and that's about it.
Yeah, literally.
I think Barry's the one that can be a bit more polished. The fullbacks is for me where I look at it and I'm like, oh, like Mikalenko, I think he's decent, like solid.
I was gonna say,
O'Brien, I think he's more of a centre back, and I think he can play out there if you're in a low block. But I'm looking at their fullbacks, and I'm like, they've got Asnu at fullback, and then Jacob Brand, Tarkowski, Keane, Branthwaite, and Patterson. Patterson's the other one. It's like it doesn't really inspire anything going forwards. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to rely a lot on Ndai. And that'll be interesting. I think Tyreek George, if they can get him involved, I think that'll be quite an interesting front three of Ndiaye on one side, Tyreek George. Rest of it, I think again they're coasting in it, and I think it's good you just know your place in it. That survival in the Premier League is probably a bit more important than trying to jump and beat this team that you're not, because then you can end up getting relegated, like we've seen with West Ham.
Fact. Man, there was so many years, that Everton were just flirting with that relegation. I kept thinking, they're going to finally get rid, and then they just
and then Moyes comes in, settles it, and West Ham had Moyes before. They didn't like it. They started complaining, and this is the same thing. I'm hearing Everton fans saying, but we want to play more attacking football. Yeah, go play your attacking football then. Then you realise the levels and you realise you can't because you're not good enough.
It's so funny when these smaller clubs, when they do that. And then, but at the same time, who am I to tell you that you shouldn't be aiming like what you like in it? Like if you want,
but that's calm. But take the risk in it. Like that's fine. I don't want to see any tears at the end of it. You've got to be like, we had a go. You know, like I've seen some relegated teams, and they're like, like we had a go, and like it was great. And there's some teams that just accepting of the fact they know they're going to get relegated, isn't it? Like they just know. Yeah. I don't want to see tears at the end of it. Like we're a bigger club than this. We should never be. What do you mean? We should never be relegated? This is what you wanted to do. You didn't want stability. Remember, Moyes took West Ham to flipping Europe, you know, and they were ungrateful. Them man were ungrateful. They won the conference. They were ungrateful. Cool. Now burn, bro.
Now you're in the Championship, doing up East London in the Championship, and it's gonna be a fun ride. It's gonna be a fun ride. All right, 11th, I put Sunderland. Sunderland. Only put them there purely because from what I've seen of their business, they haven't done hardly anything this summer. Not to say that I feel, because they signed so many players last summer, maybe they're just looking at consolidating what they do have. They have a good team, but they're in Europe. I think, like with the other teams I was looking at, they're going to get to a point maybe where they go far in Europe. If they can get far enough in Europe, i.e. quarterfinals, semi-finals, if you finish 11th and you can get to the final of the Europa League for Sunderland, I think that's when that's why their league form will just be a little bit off, so to speak, because they'll be prioritizing that. But if I look at the team, this is a good team. Lafitte as well, he was a player that a lot of teams were looking at before Sunderland obviously tried to sign him. Xhaka, we know the leader in the team. Mukiele, I think he's a good player. Wasn't he at PSG previously? And Brobry. I like Brobry. I feel like he's one of them strikers that Jerry called Beto a handful. Jesus Christ. I feel like Brobry's the handful, but he can finish. He can actually finish, you know, when given the opportunity. So, yeah, that's why I've got them in at 11. Not to say that Sunderland are a bad team, but yeah, it's just kind of one of them. What about you, man? What do you think in regards to Sunderland?
I think with them, they've done quite well with regards to keeping their players. I think a lot of the time with teams like this, when you do really well, the sharks come. Do you know what I mean? They come circling and they come to just pick your players off. And the likes of, you know, a Ballard could have easily gone to an Everton. All of a sudden, Mukiele ends up at, do you know what I mean, at Forest, not even Forest, ends up at Villa. Sadiq ends up at Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? And then Brobby goes Chelsea. All of a sudden, your team's looking is cooked. So the fact they've been able to keep these players, especially keeping Xhaka, like that's a massive one, isn't it? Because he was linked to Chelsea himself. So that's again, I think it's really, really important. I think again, it's experience for this team, and yes, they will probably struggle with demands of Europe and the league. But I think the squad is good enough to cope with it purely because they'll have to rotate, and they've got the likes of, you know, your Chris Riggs that I rate highly. I think he's a baller.
He's been around for he's a young G, right?
Young G, but he's a baller. He's like 19, but he's a baller. He's a baller.
Been talking about him for years. They have,
for years. So they were talking about he's the guy. So you got him. You got, you know, the likes of Wilson Isidore that again in the Championship badded it up. Obviously, Brobby gave them a different option, but a couple times off the bench he came off and he went and put teams to the sword. So they've still got him there. If I go and have a look, they've got Simon Adingra, do you know what I mean, in this team as well. So, you know, having the likes of Tybee and Adingra that you can rotate with, you've got Trey Hume on that side as well. Like, again, it's a decent team. I'm surprised they've been able to keep the team that they've got. Like Rose, the fact they've been able to keep him. Yeah, I mean, Everton could have, like, or whoever could have tried to sign him. Sadiqi's the one when I'm looking, I'm like, hey, no one went for Sadiqi. That Sadiqi's a bad boy midfielder. Like, that's someone I thought Liverpool would be like back in the day would have been all over quick. Like, they would have nabbed him early. So, but yeah, he's a player. For me, he's one to look out for. Next time anyone watches Sunderland, Sadiqi.
Watch out for him.
Yeah, man.
Say no more, man. Where are we on? We're on 10th. I've got Leeds. Now, if anyone's watched if you've been looking at Leeds' transfer business, right? I'll see if I can try and get it up here. They have signed some decent players this summer window. And I actually feel that when I look at Leeds, I know we laughed at what's his name? Calvert-Lewin, right? And I know Savage is always getting onto him for the type of person he is, right? But when I actually look at Leeds, I can't lie to you, bro. They seem like a team last season, even when we watched them last season, they finished in 14th. They finished 14th last season. I've got them at 10th. And when I'm looking at the other teams below them, no European football again and all that kind of stuff, I feel like they're going to be mad underrated this season. Leeds are a difficult proposition, bro. Even last season, they were different. They were just getting too many draws. That's why it even looked like they were going to get roped into relegation. It's not because they were losing games. Leeds drew more games than they lost last season. They drew 14 and only lost 13 games. In comparison, by the way, Liverpool lost 12 games last season. Leeds lost 13. So again, they're not a team that loses all the time. They're losing roughly the same amount of team. Like Liverpool are losing obviously last season, and Liverpool finished on 60 points while these guys finished on 47. Now, like I said, they had 14 draws. Let's just say we add, some of those points back. They're in the same position that Liverpool are in. Like I say, I think Leeds United are an underrated team, or they're going to be my underrated team for the season when I look at them. Signed Harry Wilson, James Trafford, they've now got in goal. LVD as well from Borussia Mönchengladbach. I think they're going to be good. I don't know about you, but I think they're going to be good this season.
Yeah, I've always liked Farker. I've liked him.
Yeah, he's decent.
He's decent. I've liked him from when he was at Norwich in the Prem. They've got a decent team, man. Like, they've got a decent base. I think I like Tanaka in there. I think Tanaka's really, really good.
Stack as well. I don't know what about
Stack's got a shot on him, man.
He just seems like he's just yeah.
Yeah, but Tanaka, Stack, obviously Wilson's a very, very good addition. Prem proven, can get assists. To get him on a free is a coup. You've got obviously Nyonto that they can bring off the bench. They've got obviously James Justin. Obviously Okafor you've put in there already.
They've got James Justin as well.
Yeah, James Justin. They've got Brendan Aronson. They've got Lucas Mecha.
So they've got James Justin,
Lucas Piro, Sean Longstaff, Daniel James. Like, they've got a lot of pacing, but they could have a decent season, man. I think mid-table, 10th is probably somewhere around there would be good for them, man.
Like I said, people, the bottom 10, let's say outside of the relegated 3, the rest of the teams in that bottom half, I feel like they could all finish anywhere, kind of thing. So I'm not really tied to any of these. All right, let's get to the fun stuff. In 9th, I put Brighton. I have got Brighton. So Brighton last season finished 8th. So I've only got them one place lower than they finished last season. The only reason why I've got them in there is I don't know what it is with Brighton when they get into Europe. They just seem a bit weird. But they're a very good team anyway. And I think they're good enough to, even with Europe, still finish up in a good enough position. But I actually think this time they're going to really go for, is it the Europa League, if that's what they're in? If not the conference? I can't remember what they're in. Maybe the conference. But whatever it is they're in, I genuinely believe they're going to try and win that competition. That's the only reason why I've got them in 9th. And they've lost Danny Welbeck. And that's where I was like, you've got Rutter. I get it. But Danny Welbeck, for me, was your surefire goal scorer. For me, they should be looking at like a Liam Delap potentially to just get someone in who I think for them can score the goals. But other than that, Brighton, they've always had a good team. even though they look like they might potentially lose Minty because Liverpool just had that bid rejected. So we'd have to wait and see, man. But what about you? What do you think of Brighton?
Yeah, Brighton again, quite similar to the other teams, man. I think they're solid. Obviously, they've got in, they've lost in Van Hecke, but they've got in Vuskovic, so that's going to be obviously an adjustment period.
Vuskovic is a good sign.
They've got obviously they let go of Encicio, so he left. If I'm looking here, they've signed Stefano Simas, so I don't know who that is. He's their new number 9. We have to wait to see how they do. Oh yes, Promise David. They got him Promise David.
Oh, did they?
From the Canada striker, you know, the big brother. Yeah. So they got him Promise David on loan with an option to buy it at the end of the season. So he's coming from USP. Yeah, so they have an option to buy it or obligation or something like that. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Ibrahim Osman. So they've got a couple strikers in, to be fair. Balebas obviously might be leaving. They've got Diego Gomez as a player. I think Diego Gomez is a player. Matt O'Reilly coming back from injury. I don't know who the hell that is. Malik Yaoukuye. Jesus Christ, he looks old. No, I'm going to show you why in a second, brother. He's young but old. But yeah, apart from that, apparently he's not 20.
Bro, when I saw the picture of Diamande, yeah, when he's signing for Real Madrid, I said, brother, like, you are not the age that you just said you was. That's not true. Bro.
Yeah, like I've just sent it to you now. Yeah, let's check WhatsApp. Like, come on, bro.
Hold on. Before I look at it, how old is he supposed to be?
Hold on.
Before I even look at it.
Yeah, me just 20.
20. All right, let me see the picture. Come on, bro. Even I had it. Let's put it this way. At 20, even I had hair at 20 years of age, bro. This Donny looked like... Nah. Hold on, where's he from? Sorry, guys. Sorry. I have to check. Because if I see him now in the Premier League, I'm going to always be curious. Where's he from? Oh, he's from Mali. He's Malian. Yeah. Okay. No, yeah, Malik. I could have guessed that. Yeah. Nah. He ain't 20. Well, listen, look, maybe he might be good. Maybe. It's like again, a lot of these teams, I have not watched any preseason football, bar a little bit towards the back end.
And bar, you got to remember as well with Brighton. Big up to Social Joins. They've been in the Prem for a long time now. They're established Premier League team. I think they've lost players and still been able to go and maintain their level, which suggests to me they will do the same. They will find a Malik, this guy, and he might be the guy that next season goes to Chelsea for 50 million. That's the type of signings they have. So I trust them. I trust that, you know, I like Ayari. I like him a lot. I think Minta's going Liverpool, and I think I think Hinshaw. Yeah, I mean decent team. I like Kadioglu. Strike left.
Did he leave?
Strike. I swear he's from Leeds. No way. Pascal Strike.
I don't know. Let me check.
He's left. He moved to Brighton. So he moved to Brighton.
Yeah,
He's been at Leeds since 2018. So he's there for 8 years.
Yeah,
he's moved to Brighton now. So I didn't know. So obviously, okay. So that's a decent one, you know. How much did they buy him for?
They signed him 27 years of age.
On a free?
Yeah, it doesn't say. It just says he got 5
years. Might have been on a free, but yeah, they've got Pascal Strike. Now, okay, that's one of the Leeds. Obviously, like he was one of the mid centre backs that played for Leeds. So interesting. That's interesting to see. But yeah, man.
We'll see what Guam in 8th. Gone with Bournemouth. You could swap Bournemouth and Brighton. I feel either or. I think Bournemouth are going to continue what they did last season in terms of they finished 6th last season, so maybe not to that degree, but I do think that they will be a consistent team. I think they're just going to remain in that kind of... I think they're slowly becoming that Brighton where it doesn't really matter. You know, the manager, they're able to buy players now. Remember, last season they lost an entire back line, then lost Semenyo midway through the season and still finished 6th. I feel like they're going to be able to do something quite similar, just like Brighton, where it's just, it doesn't really matter. They've still got Ryan, they got Cliver, they got Tavernier, they got Evan Nielsen, they got Adams, they got Scott. True fair, by the way, I think he's going to end up in the Premier League team of the season. I'm saying it from now. I think he'll be the left back for the Premier League team of the season. He's really, really good. Hill, I think Hill's mad underrated. They signed Silva from Benfica. Like, they got a good team. Marco Rose is a good manager kind of thing. If they can keep Scott anyway, I think they can just continue doing what they've been doing and obviously try and compete, in Europe, man. What do you think in regards to Bournemouth?
Yeah, man. Decent team. It's a weird one. Like Brighton aren't. I mean, they have done with Ryan, to be fair, and a couple of, what they have. They've been gone down that Brighton path, which is they've been signing these players that no one really knows about, and seeing how they do. I think their manager's obviously quite good. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think they're an interesting team. I'd like to know what players they've actually signed though. Let me have a look, because in terms of depth, I'm just looking like it. With Bournemouth and these teams, a lot of these players are interchangeable. Like, if Tavernier doesn't start, you might have what's his name?
Someone else.
The guy that had cancer and survived it. Really good player.
Oh,
Brooks. Yeah, Brooks could be in that team. Do you know what I mean?
Shit, I forgot about Brooks, Fucking hell.
Yeah, let me have a look.
So they've only signed, it says here, 3 players so far. Antonio Silva, Alvaro Rodriguez from Elche for 21 million. And Juan Los Sanchez from Sevilla for 11 million. They've let quite a lot of players. To be fair, it's all freeze, like bare freeze and that.
Yeah, Juan Luis Sanchez, Christie. They've got Doak. They've got Gannon Doak still there.
Shit, yeah, I forgot about Doak.
Again, really interchangeable, isn't it? So, they've got Amin Adli. He's a player as well. That Moroccan.
What does that name ring? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking, why does that name ring a bell?
They've got Krupi to come back after injury.
Oh, yes, Krupi. I was thinking this team didn't look, but yeah, it's Krupi.
Yeah, when you look at it, it looks a bit like, but then you start to go into the day, like, oh, they've got. So yeah, man, definitely, I think they're a team that's in that. Yeah, man, definitely.
Bournemouth have been in the league for 9 years also. Yeah. Listen, a lot of these teams, you look at like the 3 promoted teams, any promoted teams. These are the kind of blueprints that you got to kind of be looking at. You now need to be one of the, would I say, quote unquote, staple Premier League teams, where now you're looking at other teams. Like, remember, Tottenham almost got relegated. Everton have almost been relegated. These are historically Premier League kind of clubs. But it's because teams like Bournemouth, teams like Brighton, they come up and they can stay in this league for long enough to be able to compete, that there is now, anybody can get it now, kind of thing. So maybe that's what the Ipswiches, the Coventry, remember, they're a historic Premier League team as well. Ipswich as well. Yeah, so we'd have to wait and see, man. Have to wait and see. What's that now? We're in 7th. Who did I put there? Did I put? Villa. Yeah, Villa. I didn't really have a reason. I can't lie. I just thought of it as there'd be 6 better teams than you this season. Not because I don't think you can't finish in one of those 6 positions. I just think there are 6 better teams than you next season. That was it. So I don't have a reason.
Sorry, what Gomez is that? Is that Gomez who I think it is?
Joao Gomez from Wolves. Yeah, didn't you see him against PSG? Probably he was on smoke against PSG.
I didn't have to pin TNT, bro. I couldn't watch the game.
Oh yeah, bro.
Everyone had me in the chats. No one gave me a link. That was it. I just had to charge it.
Oh nah, bro. You should have shouted me. Villa. They should have won a game. Villa should have won a game. Like they should have beaten PSG. Like they were having chances.
I think, yeah. I just had to confirm because I know the squad depth kind of already. They got Majo up front, innit?
Watkins might leave though. Well, he wants to leave. He wants to go Saudi.
That's calm. If he goes Saudi, they'll move in the market and they'll get someone. They've got Manzumbi as well. He can play on the right.
He's good. He can play up front.
In the World Cup, can play up front. they'll end up getting Duran back. You know, like they'll
Bro,
do something.
Duran, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck
But,
it.
yeah. I think they probably finish higher.
I'm not going to disagree. I blatantly could have them.
Because I think there's a couple teams, it's one team in particular that I think.
Let's move on to 6. Okay, just so before I even get to these, 2nd to 6th, I still haven't really decided. I've put them here.
But you don't know where. Yeah, you're not.
Yeah. So we can rejig it or whatever kind of thing. But yeah, this is where I was. I was generally like, I don't really know. You know what? You tell me who's going to finish, who you would have finishing 6, and I'll see if I agree with it or not. But I have got a team there at the moment. But you tell me who you'd finish in 6. There's only obviously the big 6 clubs left. So yeah.
I'm going to start just because I think it will be progression for them. It'll be Spurs.
Okay, that's the team I had in 6. Spurs. Bro, they finished 17th, bro. That's massive progression for Spurs. Yeah. Like massive. Come on now.
Bad. I don't know why, innit? Maybe Spurs are my second team, innit? Maybe it's not.
City. You've always liked Spurs, though. I know you've always
liked Spurs. I don't know why they're not my second team. I always like Spurs. But I like the players a lot.
Let me see what they do.
I like Porro. I like Van der Ven. I like Van Hecker. I actually like Robertson for what he's going to give them as well. I like Tonali. I like Fernandez. I like Kudus. I like Madison. Tel and Solanke I'm a bit on. But then you're not going to write everyone in their team. On top of that, you've got Kulusevski to come back. They've still got your Oderbers.
They just signed Savinho, by the way.
Oh, they've signed Savinho. Oh.
They just signed it this morning, bro. Before I came on stream. They just signed it. And they are also trying to get to Marmoush as well. Like they are.
And Gakpo.
And Gakpo. So all of a sudden now, let's just say we go based off this team right here.
Like I get onto Gakpo. Like people know I used to always get onto Gakpo, innit?
I think for Spurs he'd be okay though. Like for Spurs over there.
What I'm saying is I get onto Gakpo purely because for me, if I was always basing it off Liverpool are trying to win.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If Liverpool aren't trying to win, like when he first signed, I was calm.
Yeah.
When he played in midfield, when he did this. Remember when we had the first Nike jerseys where it was just a plain red top with Nike?
Oh, just plain red top, yeah.
And Nunes first season.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Again, and on top of all of this, to put a bow on the package, De Zerbi is my favorite manager out there right now.
And that is a big
and
thing.
I don't think people on deep what type of gaffer they've got. And I think Spurs fans will quickly realise. So it could be 6th, it could be 5th, but I think I'll put them 6th, and I think that'll be massive progression for them to go from 17th to 6th.
I'll read this out to you. Centre backs: Van der Ven, Van Heck, Danzo, Senesi, and Takai. I don't know who that is. Those are their centre backs for the season, right? So they got Senesi in for free. Obviously signed Van Heck. Got Van der Ven. Kevin Danzo's still there. Pedro Porro obviously at right back. Left back, they've got Adogi and Robertson as their 2. Oh, and Ben Davis, if you count him, they put him in there. Midfield, I forgot about my man. Sandro Tonali, Fernandez, Bentancur, Sarr, Archie Gray.
Yeah. Hold on. There's a certain team there, yeah. I know what midfield I'm picking. Just anyway.
We'll get to that. We're gonna definitely get to that. Right wing, they put Kudus, Mikey Moore.
Oh, you forgot about midfielders. You forgot.
No, I said Sandro Tonali, Mateus Fernandez, Pape Sarr, Bentancur, Archie Gray, and one next brother called Jamie Donnelly. Those are the midfielders that they put there.
Oh, they've got more. Shall I go through them?
Unless it's obviously attacking midfield, James Maddison, Xavi Simons, Conor Gallagher.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I was going. Sorry, I was just reading
Okay,
it. But yeah. That's the attacking midfield. So you still got James Maddison.
Takai's quality, by the way. Takai's quality.
Is he okay? Oh, is it okay? I don't know, but first,
when you hear Japan, just know they're a baller. Just know they are a baller. Whatever you say, they're a baller. But anyway, continue.
That was blatantly my thinking. I think their weakest part of the team, right back, because they don't have another one outside of Porro. They should have kept Jed Spence. Now that I look at this team, because they maybe could have challenged for second. Left wing, I used to like Matisse Tell. I think he's kind of average. Bear, I don't know, man. He's still kind of whatever's. So yeah, left wing they need to pattern up. Maybe that's why they're trying to go for a Gakpo.
Madders will play out there.
Is he fit?
Madison, yeah.
Is he? No, his brother's always like.
No, Madison been fit. He's been playing preseason. Madison will play out left, and the midfield will be Tonali, Fernandez, and Archie Gray. Archie Gray's their captain, isn't it, for the season?
I'm gonna ask the question at the end. James Maddison, Xavi Simons, Conor Gallagher. I feel like Bergvall already left. Maybe he's still there.
Yeah, well, he's still there. Well, they're there, but they're saying he's gonna leave. So
okay, but even still, you've got Maddison, Simons, and Conor Gallagher, and like I said, Kudus, Mikey Moore, Kulusevski, striker. Yeah, maybe that's definitely an area.
Strikers where they're struggling. That's the thing. That's why I look at it and I'm like,
But that's why you get Marmoush. Potentially. I'm just guessing, by the way. Like, as in my mind, Marmoush is an upgrade on Richarlison. Let's put it that way. Maybe.
I think based on Richarlison's been there for such a long time that he probably isn't up. But Richarlison at his best, maybe it's more of an argument.
Yes, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll go with that. I feel like Richarlison in a thing. But yeah, left wing.
How did Simon say Irola out, bun K-Mac and pick up the man? K-Mac.
What? Big up Savage, bro. What happened there, my guy?
I said bun K-Mac, Does he even stream?
I don't know. I don't
know.
Oh,
he's your boy, innit? So I don't know.
Bro, J-Mac. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like
no, G-Mac, bro.
Hey, big up Merton.
G-Mac.
Big up man, I'm trying to do the sides, Big up Trudon, 7th at best. Liverpool are too high. So the next team, and this is where we'll have the conversation, I guess, I had was Liverpool in 5th. Now, I think Liverpool, right? I think Liverpool are very weird that it would not surprise me if they finished second. It just wouldn't. I can't act like it wouldn't, because it wouldn't. But 5th, if I feel, is a more representation of where the team is at. So why I say 5th, looking at the 11, I'm not going to sit here and act like the 11 shit, because I don't think it's shit. What I will say, though, is that their squad depth is... So I saw someone make a comment yesterday about Arsenal, right? And they said what Arsenal have that Liverpool don't have is that Liverpool, you could say on paper, only on paper, you could say they've got more 9 out of 10 type of players, right? Or last season anyway, they had more 9 out of 10 players before a ball was even kicked. Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, Alisson. This was before a ball was even kicked. What they had in reserve, though, is like 3 out of 10. When man are telling me about fucking Bajcetic and Kieran Morrison, who's gone to League One, Sheffield Wednesday, Calvin Ramsey, who's going to freaking St. Mirren now. Yeah, when you start telling me about that kind of stuff, the level drops too much. Arsenal, I would say, have more of a 8 with a couple 9 out of 10 squad play, like a couple 9 out of 10 players in the team, but their reserves are like 7 out of 10. Like, there's no way that you're telling me that you can have a left back of Calafiori, Mars Lewis Skelly, Hincapié as your left back options, whilst on the right hand side you can still have Ben Davis, Jurian Timber, Mosquera can obviously fill out there if he needs to, and then obviously whoever else they got in midfield now. Obviously they've got Bruno Guimaraes, Declan Rice, Zubamendi, Marino, Eze. Like it's all mad. That's the kind of level. That's why I look at Liverpool and I say the only way I feel Liverpool can have a good season is you would have to keep everybody fit for the majority. There can't be a 7-game period where someone is out. Like someone on this team sheet is just out. I just think it just doesn't work without one of these kind of players. So I got them 5th, but anywhere between 2nd and 7th is where Liverpool finish. What do you think, Jerry?
I don't rate the 11.
I hear it.
No, like, and I've heard this a lot. Like, oh, the 11's really. I don't rate it. I really don't rate it. Like, as in, I saw some, you know, and I'm guilty of this. Yeah? When I saw Rio last season, I was like, bro, you have to play the guy. Play the guy. I was screaming that. You see, the more I've seen him in pre-season, the less I've been impressed.
Yeah, I hear it.
The more I've seen him, the less I've been impressed. That's not to say I don't think he can't be a bad boy. He's still mad young. I think he's talented. But I think this is where I have the problem. It's like it's a bit wishy-washy, this team. It's like, are you trying to compete or are you just trying to build? If you're trying to build, that's calm. Then get players into build. So like Munoz, I think I like him because I like those signings where like, where did this brother come from? And then he might be good. He might be rubbish, but it might be good. We speak about this a lot. Obviously, if so, maybe a Trey comes in. But like Frimpong and Kirkes, I don't rate. I rate like Kirkes, I think I it might be on the level of like, I think he, like man that just love energy like that.
I told you, the man who like Conor Bradley at the ends. Cav, I told you, man, you like the energy, enthusiasm.
Yeah, enthusiasm. Yeah, Conor Bradley's washed. Kirkes, I don't rate him. I'm just going to be honest. Araujo, I'm interested to see how that happens, purely because you can't be like Araujo. You're looking at a player that played for Barcelona. Like, you can't be that bad if you play for
Barcelona. He's won the league titles and stuff. Yeah,
you've been captain. You can't be that bad. Like, I get it. There could be injuries. You might have fallen off. But in terms of just your baseline ability, you can't be that bad to be there for that long. So, Barca, cool. Like, I'm interested to see how that happens. Obviously, you've got Xhaka. Frimpong. If he gets injured, then it gets dark. You're playing Araujo out right back. It's a bit mad. Kirkes, I don't rate him, and if he don't work, then you've got Tsimikas, who's you should have been playing him if you were going to play him 2 years ago. I don't like the midfield. Like, I'm not a fan of Wirtz. I'm just not a fan of Wirtz at all.
The midfield is I don't.
I personally think he ends up playing on the left.
If he plays on the left, all of this would have just been pointless.
Like, no, but I think he ends up playing on the left, and because he drifts in anyway, and Kirkes does the overlapping run. Because they'll quickly realize that they're getting run through in midfield.
But Jerry, they've been pre-season. Yeah. They've been getting Como.
That's my point. No, that's my point. So what I'm saying is, but this is pre-season. You can be like, oh, but we're going to get better and we're going to get fit. When that starts to, when you start to get ran through like that, right? I think what starts to happen is you go, we need a bit more control. Yeah. So let's put another midfielder in there and move Wirtz to the left, and Rio can come on and impact the game. Or the right winger can come on and impact the game, whoever the winger is, and you just replace the winger with him. Or you put him on the right, or you put Wirtz on the right and put Barcola on the left if he was to ever turn up at the club. But it looks like it might be Minta, so maybe it's just Minta and Gakpo. It might be a Minta and Gakpo forward line. Or if it's a Rio, it'll be a Rio and Minta type of thing. Which again, maybe they want to play Rio on the left which is calm. I just don't think. I don't know. Isak, like Ekitike, obviously he's injured. It's a problem. Isak, hopefully you can get back to what you're doing, but really, I'm not feeling it. And then you're looking at like Harvey Elliott and that. Look at that right wing. Look.
Nah.
Even look at the midfield though. Jones is gone now.
Jones is gone. Yeah,
that's Gravenberch, Endo, Bajcetic, McAllister, and Yoni. Get out of it, man. Think that what you're gonna finish second? Fucking deluded, bro. This will be now. Come on, let's be honest. I know you said it, yeah, but let's keep it a buck. Let's cut the crap. Let's cut the crap. Sorry, I tried to be positive. This is a shit team.
This is I was just looking now, by the way, people, because I couldn't find. I'm trying to find everybody's squad depth anyway. I just found Liverpool's one. It was posted just before Jones announced that obviously he was leaving, right? So that's why he's still on there, and Calvin Ramsey as well. So take out those two players in there. I mean, that's even more darker anyway. But yeah, I mean, Kieran Morrison, by the way, he's gone to League One, as I said, Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh, League One.
Yeah, he's going to Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh, not Championship, League One.
I'm just telling you what he's going to do.
No, I just want to know. Great.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe. Okay, I'm going to show you this. Obviously, I'm going to try and find Spurs' backup to decide on whether or not Spurs have better depth. Bearing in mind they don't have Europe. Because remember, this squad, by the way,
they have better depth. No, they have the better depth. The forward line, no, but Ekitike is out injured. Minte's still not at the club. And Barcola's
apparently Liverpool are looking. I'm sure I was looking at some news this morning. Nah, not even.
Hendrick came out yesterday, innit? They said Hendrick yesterday.
Bro, Liverpool ain't getting Hendrick, bro. The
player said no, innit?
Yeah, good, bro. You ain't getting Hendrick, bro. Like, just leave that one. So these are the strikers that Liverpool apparently, the names that are circling, right? Obviously, Hendrick was on there. Voltemada, Nico Jackson, and the Porto striker, William Gomez. Those are like the backup strikers. Oh, and also, he said here, Mateta had been discussed as well. I said Mateta last week.
Who said this?
I just see on Indy's thing this last night when he was dropping
this Indy Kalia guy?
Yeah. Again, I ain't taking nothing as gospel. I just saw it and I was like, that's interesting. He posted it last.
No. What's wrong with hold on. What's wrong with Indy?
But we always said, bro, it's honestly.
No, listen. According to sources, family and friends are deeply concerned about Julian Alvarez's heart. His heart is set on Barcelona, and the weight of that dream is consuming him. He's barely finishing his meals.
Look at deep this year. Someone said this literally yesterday, and I said that's why he annoys me sometimes, right? He said, the thing with Indy Kyler is he'll get the most unlikely transfer spot on, and instead of keeping it serious, in the following days, he'll tweet something like, Gakpo didn't sleep in his house last night. And I was like, yeah, it's like, why did you do that, bro?
He just said he's barely finishing his meals. They just want his wishes to finally come true with an upset emoji.
Like, if he actually just stay, obviously, I like the way he actually just reports on transfers. Whether it's true, not true, I don't really care, because it just is what it is. He makes it more interesting. But when you do stuff like that, I'm like, bro, if you just kept it serious, man will probably take you even more seriously. But you do stuff like that. Man said not eating it. How do you know he's not eating his meals, first and foremost? And why do you know that? Like, what information do you have? But yeah.
But yeah, so with Liverpool, I mean, it is what it is, man. Look, if Vert turns up and Isak turns up and Gakpo has a season that he's had 18 goals and Frimpong gets the assist he did at Bayer Leverkusen and Milos Kerkez has another, obviously all these things have to go to plan, then yeah, it can work. But based on evidence, I don't see that happening. I don't rate Kerkez. I think it was a one season where he done well. Frimpong, I think he needs to be in a system to activate him like that, the same as Verts. Isak, I think he might be cooked.
I hear it. I understand where you're coming
from. I'm interested to just see in it. We'll see. And I think the midfield for me is I don't rate McAllister. Jones is gone. If I would prefer, this is why I say, right, I would personally, as someone that has an affinity to Liverpool, yeah, to a certain degree, I'd rather see Liverpool say, you know what, sack it off. We're not trying to win anything. We're just building for the future. Nyoni, you're going in. We're getting this young player. Minte, you're coming in because we think in 3-4 years' time, when you're 25, you're going to be the guy like Mane, and you just activate it like that. And whoever else is an older age group, so the likes of your Virgils, your obviously Gomez, Gravett Birch, if McAllister wants to stay, Dominic Soboslai, Oladi, yeah, Isak, you're helping these guys come through, but ultimately we're not here to win. And I think, to be fair, I think if you spoke to Liverpool internally, I think Iraola will tell you, oh, they told us we don't even have to win. They said just try and get
I think so as well. I think so.
Because you don't move the way you're doing in the market if you're not giving someone a blight. Otherwise, you back them. They haven't backed him, really.
Yeah.
So...
No. I said this yesterday when I did my video last night, and I said it's the exact same thing that Jerry just said there is, I think fans have got this expectation, which I still need answered. And I would love to have
You've been asking it.
Yeah.
Every stream you ask it, and I'm like, can you just stop doing streams at now? Like, before I tell you to stop asking these questions, just don't stream anymore, bro. Come down the path of me and don't ask the questions that you know you're not getting an answer to. At this point, you're getting busy.
But you know me, I've got this an annoying trait where if once I start something, I have to like finish it in terms of I need to really understand like people. I'm always asking the question, right? And obviously we'll move on to the last few teams, right? I want to know why people have this expectation of Liverpool to be winners / challengers and stuff like that, right? When outside of like a few years, obviously with Klopp, where Liverpool were absolutely immense, like the points totals, all of that. Never going to take that away, right? But outside of that, it's not like we're a team that wins that consistently. So sometimes I think to myself, I get it as a fan. Obviously everyone wants their team to win. I'm sure Brentford would like their team to win the Premier League as well. But obviously you understand the context of where you're at, kind of thing. When I look at Liverpool, I'm like, yeah, I feel like your fans demand more than what is really going on. And that's where I feel like there becomes a level of maybe not delusion, but just, I don't know, there's this level of something in there where I just sometimes sit there and think, but why would you think that? Like, maybe you're putting too much pressure on the team. Like, maybe you're putting too much pressure on the club because you think Liverpool must be going for the biggest and best players. Liverpool, not everyone, by the way, but some people think Liverpool must be going for the biggest, the best players. We should be in for this guy, for that guy. We should be doing this. We should be doing that. We should be finishing second and blah, blah, blah. I get it. You just won the league a couple of seasons ago. Last season, I fully understand why you would think Liverpool would go and challenge again, because I would think the same thing. But then the season plays out, and then this season kind of comes, and then Liverpool are almost back to the level that I've always thought the team was at anyway. And I feel like people are just, I don't know, man. Like you're right. Beans Ponto says it. Like, people's expectations are too high. Then they get upset when the expectations aren't met because we're a big club. People expect us to win a Prem every season. But even that last line right there, bro, we've won 2 titles since I've been alive. Like, why would you think that you're going to win consistently? You're not Man City. You're not Manchester United. You're not Bayern Munich. You're not PSG. You're not these kind of teams where as soon as you walk through the door at Bayern Munich, Vincent Kompany knew when Bayern Leverkusen won the unbeaten season in Vincent Kompany's first season, I promise you, they were looking at him funny. They were looking at him, yo, this can't happen again. You get one more season to rectify this, and if you don't rectify, you're probably out of the door. That's it. Look at Pochettino went to freaking League 1 and couldn't win the league with PSG. Brother, you're out of the door, my guy. You're gone. No one's rating or respecting what you have to do, because those clubs, there's an expectancy level. I don't see that with Liverpool. So that's why I'm not that mad with the way that the transfer window's gone, because like Jerry said, this isn't a team to compete. This is a team that's like, maybe what Jerry said is true. Like, it's in the middle of both. Like, you're kind of wishy-washy. You're trying to compete because you spent 100 M's on Isak. You spent 100 M's on.
But then you
on
spend 60 million on Xhaka, and
60 million on
Rio to
Xhaka.
do well. And like if you want these players to do well, they've just got to play games. Like you want Trey in there, and you're not replacing Curtis Jones. Cool, but play him. But just know if you finish 8th, you are sacrificing the season for their development, which is fine. Saka did it. Loads of teams did it. When Arsenal did it, when they had Rashford and all these. Yeah, that's what you're going to have to do. Because this idea, because I've people need to kind of understand, that aren't in the game. I've heard people say, but maybe loan this young player and loan. The loan system only works to generate you cash, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you're thinking about it, there's not. Saliba is the only one in recent memory that is from a big team has gone out on loan, come back and gone in straight into the first 11. The rest of them, man, if you go out on loan, you're not good enough to get in the team. So we want you to go and get game time so we can sell you because no one's watching that, no one's rating the under 21s. It's like you need to have a product to sell, but you need to see how the product does in men's football. That's all it does. That's all the loan system does. That's why Charlton loan players to non-league because they want to sell players to that level. The reason why Liverpool loan their players to League One Championship is because they want to sell to those clubs. Because if the big clubs were good enough to go and get them, they would, like a Gannon Doak. And then they'll let a Gannon Doak go for 20 M's. That's why I look at it. So if you think they're good enough, you play them. You don't send them on loan. So if Trey's good enough, play him. But if Rio's good enough, play him. But I don't want to hear 20 games in, he's only got 3 goals and we're not vying for the league. Like, bro, this is what you wanted. You got to let him develop now. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's fact. This is why, Jerry, I was saying, you see how like Jarell Kwanzaa, I don't know if I feel like you like Kwanzaa. Maybe
I liked him. I liked him. Yeah, I liked him. Yeah.
You see what he did with or what Liverpool did with him, where they've sold him, but obviously they got the buyback. I kept saying that, right? And this is, brother, I posted it out the other day, or like a few months back, sorry. And people were like, nah, you shouldn't. Why would you sell young players? I said, you see, like with Rio and Trey, this is, by the way, before I knew that they were going to be like a first team player like that. If you don't want Trey to start and you think maybe I could go out there and get better, you could do the loan system. Fair enough. I'm not saying you can't. But I said, wouldn't it just be better to just sell them now? Because I feel like you're going to get quite a lot for these kind of players. And let's say 20 million for like a Trey, whatever that price looks like, right? And then you insert your buyback. Either way, you're in the you're calm anyway, because if he does develop into a player that you feel is good enough to make your team, then you just buy that player back without having to worry about signing a player who doesn't really understand the club, the team, the league.
If he wants to come back, though.
Sorry, if he wants to, obviously.
So that's the problem, isn't it? Liverpool know, let's be honest, Liverpool know if a player's going, like if now they go into a bid with Arsenal are going to win that. Kwanzaa's not.
Yeah. I think he'll just go to Arsenal. Well,
that's my point. That's my point. So like when you see that, it's like you have to be like Barca and Real Madrid can do it because they're the pinnacle.
Yeah,
you're not the pinnacle.
The players want to come back.
Let's say with Rio, right? You send Rio out, you sell him to Frankfurt. Yeah, he bads it up at Frankfurt. Bads it up like the way Ousmane Dembele badded it up at Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, okay.
And Rafinha is now 32, and they're like, "We need a left winger." And Barca going for Rio. Do you think Liverpool, just because they got a buyback, do you think he's going to be like, "Yeah, I'm going to go Liverpool"? He's like, "No, I don't want to go there." Buyback terminates, and then Frankfurt get more P's. Barca are willing to spend the P's on him. That's kind of the problem with the whole buyback thing, because Jordan Ibe had a buyback, Kwanzaa's had a buyback, Gannon Dokes had a buyback. A few players have had a buyback. Liverpool have never activated it. So either the players aren't good enough, which is go back to my point about the loan. They're not good enough. That's why you're sending them out on loan. If they're good enough, they stay. But then my point is you play them. So Curtis Jones is a great example. If you didn't rate him, you should have sold him from ages ago. Because what you've done is you've now let a player go that Liverpool you're going to go and get, and you're going to get a player that's going to be on the same level.
Yeah, literally. With what's going on, I can't see them signing a player of like a higher level than Jones. I feel like
you ain't going to get a Pedri. Do you know what I mean? Like you're not going to do that. Or Vitinha, you ain't going to do that.
You're definitely not even. I'm even trying to look at some news now. So this is Iraola. Apparently, he just said, "We will definitely sign some players. Some deals you have to wait until the end, but the end is the important picture. The one we will have on September the 1st, because it is true that we are still quite thin." So even the manager. So this is why I'm confused with Liverpool at the moment. Is the manager has said repeatedly. I heard Virgil van Dijk mention about having a squad to be able to compete. I feel like they're telling you that they need more. And we are now, what, 2 weeks left of the transfer window? And you still haven't gone out to sign this right winger, which I don't understand why. You've decided that maybe you're just going to put Rio out there. Okay, if you feel that that's the right, the right thing to do, then cool. But it's like Jerry said, if you're going to have to just play these players, because if you don't play Trey now, it's pointless keeping him. You might as well just loan him out. If you don't play Rio, it's pointless. You might as well just loan them out or sold them and insert the buy, whatever it is that you plan to do. So yeah, I don't know. Not good enough, or the coach didn't like him. Konza was good enough. Slot didn't like him. I disagree. I don't think he was good enough to start, and I felt like he felt he should be starting because he had started at that time. Remember, in the last few months of Jurgen Klopp's reign, it was Joel Konza who was playing instead of Konate, right? Now, that first game against Ipswich in the season that Liverpool won the league, when Konza obviously, I think, made a mistake or played badly, he then got dropped, obviously, and then he proceeded to obviously not play. No problem. From that point on, it'll be splitting hairs. If you wanted a Kwanzaa over Konate, cool, really splitting hairs. But he had to go and play week in, week out. So him going to Bayern Leverkusen, I just felt like that made the most sense. And I'm happy when I see players, English players especially, go abroad. Because I'm like, I feel like you need to broaden your horizons in terms of your game and the things that you learn. So
you'll be a better player, a better person in general, just a better person.
Yeah.
More
Bro, look, he made the England squad. He made the England squad.
Jones might make the England squad now. Watch.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So this is why. No. I think Jones will make the England squad. I actually think the next England squad will have Jones in that squad purely because he'll be playing. Obviously, I don't know what Inter Milan, what they're planning to do, but I feel like they've signed him. I don't know their midfielders. I'm sure they've still got Conor Loglu and all these type of Donnies. So yeah, I think for them. Anyway, let's round this off. In fourth, I heard. I might swap these two. I put Chelsea in fourth for now. I think Chelsea, people have them as like second. I just still think they're a team that's wildly inconsistent. Alonso will rectify some of it, but not all of it. Hence why I have them in second. The team is calm. Tactics are going to be calm. That's not the problem. I just think that the consistency that they lack is going to get better, but just not that much better where you can finish second in the league and stuff like that. But everything else about the team, squad depth, I mean, you got like 5 squads. You got Rodgers, you got Palmer. Palmer needs to get back to his best. Rodgers needs to have didn't have a great World Cup, but was calm last season. Pedro Neto, I'm kind of unsure with him. Joao Pedro, I think, is a top striker. Caicedo, one of the best. Enzo Fernandez, can they keep him? I don't know. Reece James, one of the best right backs, if not, probably the most complete right back in football. Lacroix, I like him. Colwill, I like him. Palestra, I like him. I think they got a good team. What do you think, man?
Just echoing that, man. Decent team. Interesting to see how Palestra does. I think Barco getting the number 4 is quite interesting as well. He might play more games than we think.
Who?
He might be Barco, Valentin Barco.
Oh, yes, the left back. Yes.
Yeah, so he got the number 4. So that kind of indicates to me that he might be a starter. They done the team news the other day.
Okay. Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, Inter got now Hakan, Çalhanoğlu, Barella, Jones, Sucic, Zielinski, Stankovic. Yeah, Barella.
They got way better midfield there. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, but then the thing is, this is what I'm saying. You know, when you go there and you know, like, I'm with ballers though. You can accept sitting on the bench.
Yes.
Or knowing you got to work hard. But if you're looking and you're like, Bream Kirkes is playing and I can't get in the team.
No, but this is what I kept saying, Jerry, is that certain players, Barcola, Barcola would accept sitting on the bench at PSG. He could never accept that at Liverpool. He would never ever accept it. Of course, when I've got Ballon d'Or winner, I've got Doué, I've got Kvaratskhelia, brother. I'm sitting on the bench, and I'm not saying I'm gonna just be calm with it, but I can accept that. You mean to tell me you come to Liverpool and you're Gakpo and Munoz and Rio and Isak that we don't come on, bro? Like, it's the same thing with Jones, McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Gravenberch. I'm sorry, but there's no way you looked at that midfield and said, I shouldn't be starting. Like someone of Jones's level, by the way, not like Trey and Yoni, who I don't think would expect that. But Jones should at least expect that. So, come on, man. Look at the midfield around Europe: Bayern, PSG, Barca, Inter, Atleti. Yeah, 100%. Mike, this is why I get so frustrated when Liverpool don't sign the midfielders. I don't care about any of the other positions. I actually don't care. I don't care about centre back. I don't care about the winger position. Like, those positions are, I almost feel like you can get not anybody, but anybody to almost play those positions. And I feel like you can still get enough from those kind of players, right? These times I've seen Danny Welbeck score goals. So I'm pretty sure if you put him in Liverpool's team, he could probably still score the same amount of goals, right? Midfield, though, that's where the ballers come out to play. As you said, Barca, PSG, Inter, Atleti, Arsenal, Man City, when they had Rodri and Bernardo Silva and KDB. These are elite midfield. Real Madrid. How can I forget about Madrid? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, these guys have got like top midfielders. So when you don't have that, bro, you're playing a dangerous game, in my personal opinion. Like, real dangerous. But it is what it is, man. Who've I got third?
United. Oh, City. Okay.
So I've only put City there because I need to. Obviously, they've not signed.
Oh, Rodri's gone.
Exactly. Rodri's gone. Bernardo Silva is gone. I need to see their replacements first. So I put them third for now, but second is where
I don't think they're getting replacements.
What's a no Buwadi or something?
Yeah, but Buwadi's not going to do anything for them, bro. I think Buwadi's already done, but come on, bro. You've gone from Rodri and Bernardo Silva to Buwadi and Anderson. Buwadi and Anderson could be at Forest together, let's be honest.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
No, they're just
you would have bat an eyelid. You would have been like,
you'd be like, oh, great. If they signed him for 45 million, you'd be like, oh, that's nice. He done well in the World Cup.
You definitely
that's what you'd say. If Buwadi ended up at Newcastle, you'd be like, oh, all right.
Let me ask you this. Do you think City need another winger?
Yeah.
If you had to pick a winger, realistic, I guess, who do you think would that be?
Ndiaye.
Someone else said that the other day, actually, to me. They had Ndiaye and they had
I put Ndiaye, and who else would I take?
Oh, they had Mika Götze, like, who went to PSG. They were like, City could have got him.
It would have been Mika Götze. Mika Götze would have been all right. I'm trying to think who else is there that I'm like.
For City, remember, like, this is a team that, when they get moving, they get fucking moving.
There's no flipping wingers. There's no wingers, bro. There's just no one there.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Because listen,
you know what do I do? If I was City, you get actually no, you can't because Doku's a star. Something's a star.
What?
Now they've been like, you just go to Bayern and say, yeah, Luis Diaz, come run it with us, bro. We're gonna give you a nice package.
Why can't you do it? Why do you think they couldn't do it?
No, they could. No, they could. But, Diaz now is a starter at Bayern. Doku wants to be a starter. Semenyo wants to be a starter.
I feel like if Diaz came, he'd just be the starter, bro. Yeah. But I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
You've changed your tune, though, G. All of a sudden, now.
No, Diaz is on these man's level. No, he's on these man's level. Like the Doku Semenyo level. He's on that level. But he's just better than them guys. Yeah, calm.
Nah, man. G knows. Yeah, bro. We had Diaz. Now we got Kieran Morrison on the right.
Yeah, okay, cool. You know what? I didn't know Liverpool were gonna have fucking Kieran Morrison, Chiesa on the right. On the left or whatever. If I'd have known that, cool. But Liverpool decided to choose Gakpo over. Bro, blame Liverpool. That's sort of Akliouche. Yeah, maybe him. He's another one, bro. Jerry showed me yesterday. Jerry tweeted something yesterday. Yeah, Kang In Lee. I don't understand why nobody else other than Atleti decided to sign this guy. Left foot, can play off the right, can play attacking midfield, can play central midfield.
Akliouche.
Kang In Lee. Remember you sent me a tweet.
Kang In Lee. I cannot believe,
bro, Matt.
Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal couldn't have said, grab that brother.
40 million, bro. It is ridiculous. Like, to me, that is a robbery that no one else decided to sign this product. He is cold. I don't even understand why people don't think he's
as well. Seeing him, how he didn't stop. You know what?
It's ridiculous, bro. To me, bro. Savage, big up Savage.
50 M's on them buy. 50 M's on him. 50.
And this is what I'm saying, Jerry. You're gonna spend that much money on like an 18-year-old who's still trying to. Yeah.
They say 30. You just put a 50 down. That's it. 50.
Pep is gone. And with him.
For Liverpool, though, they'll probably say 90, though, innit? They'll probably say 90.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like Liverpool gonna have to pay that extra,
95, like, you know, like 95 plus 10 add-ons. All of a sudden, we're spending 110 on an Asian brother. Do you know what I mean? It's just.
That is crazy. Big up to all the Asian guys. I'm gonna like
no, I don't even mean it in a mad way.
I know you mean it. I fully get.
But you're saying you're spending 110 on someone that's like an unknown. Like no one. He's not like a household name. That's what I mean by that.
He's not.
That's what I mean by he's not a household name. He's just an Asian player. Like it's the same way. And by not a household name. He's not even on a Barcola level.
No, he's not.
In terms of like
reputation, only and this is why PSG and Barca are good. Actually, like this is why they are like they're good, like they're good teams, because you know what I'm saying, like these are the type of team. Look at Bayern Munich with the likes of like Elise, Luis Diaz, even Harry Kane. These are technical players, bro. Like ultra technical players, ultra technical. But yeah, City won't surprise me if they finish second. I put United there for the time being. I don't know what it is about Man United. Something in my head is telling me that they are going to be somewhat good this season. I don't know why. I could be complete and utterly wrong. If Bruno can just have the same season he had last season, I think that does a lot, because now they've got a somewhat better midfield. Tielemans in there, who I think, again, another player who went for chicken change, and it only seemed like United were after him. Santos, I feel like he's probably like another Kobe Mainu of that kind of level, so calm. They're looking in at getting Lewis Hall for their team to play in at left back, potentially. Right back is another area I feel like they need to maybe pattern up, so they might look at that, but we'd have to wait and see. Embuemo, Cunha, I think are good players. Sesko, he's all right. Needs to kind of prove himself this season, which I think maybe he will, because now he's had that season with United. I don't know. I just have them and City. I think you could swap them if you wanted to swap them, but I just feel like United, Rashford, by the way, if he doesn't leave, that's another option. Yeah.
I heard, apparently, if Barca can't get Alvarez, they'll come in last minute for Rashford.
Oh, so then he'll go back. I mean, I know he wants to go back. 100%. I know he wants.
I mean, yeah. We will chat in it. Still, but
anyway. Yeah. And last but not least, obviously, Arsenal. Yeah, I don't have anybody ahead of Arsenal. I genuinely believe when I looked at that squad depth, I said, yeah, it's quite silly.
Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny about this though, right? Because I've done this, bar with City, I've done this every single year. A team that's done well, I've looked at their signings and their squad depth and then been like, raw, yeah, this is the team to go and beat. What if Arsenal fall off?
That's a possibility, 100%. But I do think they'll reach the, you never know, innit? I'll go on a limb
You
and
know, like
say
Liverpool when they won the
reached
league. You know, like Liverpool when they won the league. Liverpool signed
the
all
first
these
one signed that.
players. Second time. This just gone. This time, a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
They signed all these
Yeah.
players, and look what happened.
And that's why I think Arsenal are doing it the right way. They're not letting key players leave,
Just one or
and they're
two.
only
Yeah.
signing a couple. Yeah, you're only signing a couple, so you don't break. Like, remember, Liverpool let go Trent, Luis Diaz, obviously Nunes, Jota, of course, unforeseen.
Kwanzaa, yeah.
But let's say Nunes, Diaz, and Trent, right? I don't rate Nunes in the slightest. The problem you have is that you let go of just 3 starters, like straight off the back. These men were all starting games, and you didn't replace them with the same level of quality, bar Nunes and obviously Isak at the time. But Diaz, you didn't replace with anything. You just you put Gakpo in his place. Like, you had to buy someone better than Diaz and keep Gakpo if you was going to do that move. That's what vexed people so much. It isn't that you let go of Diaz. It's okay. So you let go of Diaz. Okay, calm. What's the next thing? There isn't one. So now it just looks mad, kind of, in my personal opinion. So yeah, Arsenal for me got in Konza now. Like I said, the defense sorted. Midfield, I think, if you're being greedy, maybe one more, but they've got in Wanyeri, they've got Miles Lewis Skelly, who I think, again, fucking hell, man. Like, if you was able to sign him, you've got another top young player in there. The attack is the only thing that I look at, but I feel like with them, their attack is more about they'll all get goals or they'll all do something. There's no one main
Havertz
guy.
is imperative. Havertz has to play.
Yes,
they've got Jokeres as an option, but Havertz has to play. Havertz is the guy.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree. Totally agree. I think they will sign a left winger though. That's why I think Barcola is going to go to Arsenal. There, I said it, people. Sorry, Liverpool. I know, because Liverpool have been doing all the legwork. I think Man City or Arsenal will try to sign Barcola. And I think they just come in with the bid. There's no faffing about. There's no, let's negotiate. No, we'll just come in with the bid and just go straight from there. And he moves there. Hope I'm wrong, but it is what it is with those two. I think this is the table that I had here. So I can find it. See if I can find it. Give me 2 secs, Jay. Let's get Jay back in the picture. Sorry, I haven't even done. There we go. How'd you make your thing? How did your thing come out like that? Oh, okay. I get it now. There we go. Put Jerry over here. I wanted to do quickly before I left, if we got enough time. Hey, what day is it today?
Friday, bro.
Oh yeah, Friday. No, I don't have little man today, so I don't have him this week, should I say? So that's why I was actually just baffled today. All right. All right. I wanted to do. It's so funny. I did all of that just for this. All right. So that was obviously the table. So yeah, Arsenal was the champions. I think the 3 relegated teams kind of looks like then. Obviously, the rest of the teams. But like I said, people, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Now, just before we head on out of here, I wanted to do. There we go. Oh, now you're acting up. I wanted to do. Sorry, I got a missed call. Who's that? Bruv, you know who keeps calling my phone?
Who?
Bruv, it'll be like the other day I had life insurance. The other day I had PCP talking about Oh, and then the other day I had a mortgage person. They were like, "Oh, we just wanted to call and talk about the mortgage." I was like, "I don't have a mortgage."
No, but the hackers have clocked that you pick up.
Yeah,
You need to.
It's because I don't know the number, bro.
Yeah, don't pick it up. If I always say, if I don't know the number, if it's important, they'll either call me back again or they'll send a message.
I hear it. Nah, I hear it.
Like, if it was something important, even if it was the doctors,
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Oh, we just tried to call you. Can you call?" Or they'll leave a voicemail or something. So then I can call you back.
Yeah.
I ain't picking up every single Tom, Dick, and Harry, and then what? Then they know I'm one to pick up.
Yeah, nah, it's my fault. I promise you, Jerry, if you go through my blocked list, oh my god, a pair of these, like this number was like 033. Yeah, 0330305. I was thinking, bruv, like, but obviously sometimes I actually think it's a work number, so I'm like, of course, let me answer. But they always leave a voicemail. Like, they'll always leave a voice if I don't answer the phone, or they'll text straight away to say, "Hey, just call in," kind of thing. But yeah, these lot pissing me off. Don't Arsenal want that guy from Juventus? Yeah, Yildiz. Yeah. I don't know if they. No, I've got ID screening on my, bro. Allow me, man. I've got ID screening, yeah. But that was on my other phone broke the other day. So I'd been out without a phone for like.
Bro, it's not keeping excuses, bro. Continue with the Premier League All-Star 11, bro. I'm talking about.
Bro,
my phone broke, and no, guys, don't listen. His phone's always broken. His phone could be fixed and it's still broken if you call him. So it doesn't matter. Just continue. Continue.
Look, this phone, bro, it broke. Like, as in, when it turns on, it does the, what do you call it? The green flash thing. Like, where it just does a green flash thing. So that's how I know it. Yeah.
Always an excuse. Before that, the screen's cracked. Before that, bro, I left my phone somewhere. It's always something, bro.
Bro, because I do. Anyways, I wanted to do Premier League All-Star 11. There's no rules. You can pick as many players from however many teams that you want. Going in for, obviously, for this season. Who's the goalkeeper?
Raya.
Or who's the goalkeeper that you pick?
Raya.
I've done 4-2-3-1, but if there's a formation that you felt would be better, but yeah. Left back. I actually don't know that many good left backs. I would just say the one from Bournemouth. I like him, but I couldn't think of any of them.
Who? Lewis Hall.
Okay.
O'Reilly, maybe.
Hall or O'Reilly?
O'Reilly.
I'm good with either one.
O'Reilly, I'd go with. Finished second last season, man. Come on. Won an FA Cup. Come on.
Nico. But don't make me have to put the actual apostrophe in there, bro. There we go. Right back.
Timber.
It's going to be very Arsenal centric, but I'll tell you that much. 2 centre backs.
Gabriel Saliba.
No Virgil.
To be fair, Virgil was the guy in it. I'd go Gabriel and Virgil.
It's so funny how like Gabriel just like overtook like Saliba in terms of, because you know, like before he wasn't seen like that kind of thing. 3 midfielders, but we'll just start with the 2. I'm gonna assume one of them is Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Who's another one you put in there? Oh, you won't play for 5 months? It's fucking a long time.
Szoboszlai.
You got Szoboszlai in there, bro.
No, not for like. What are we doing it based off last season, or what we just in general?
No, it's in like you come into this season, you have to pick an all-star 11 of the best players.
Okay.
But if you think so, I was actually just asking. I didn't.
No. I wouldn't.
Rodri's gone on that.
I'm saying Rodri's gone. Bruno G. I don't even rate him like that.
Who do you have, Bruno G?
I don't know. I don't rate him like that. He's all right.
I hear it. All right, you got
who's
Tonali,
there? Tonali, Anderson, Soboslai,
Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez.
Caicedo.
There's a couple in there. There's a couple. That's who. These are the two I had anyway. Right wing. I feel like it's only Saka. Like I can't think of another right wing.
Minter, innit?
I'm gonna put Saka. Man said
There's no
Minter,
point.
you know.
No.
Who would you put left wing? Who else is there left wing?
Do it yourself, bro. Man made an executive decision. I said Minter, man didn't want to hear it. Cool.
It wasn't an executive decision. It was
Rio.
I wasn't picking thing.
Rio.
Huh?
Rio.
All right. Let me think of who else is there. No. As in, I'm actually trying to think. There isn't.
No. Left wing. There's Cunha. There's Rodgers.
Oh, you can't. Okay, you put
there. I put Rodgers in there. You know.
Yeah.
No, Doku. What are we talking about? Get Doku over there. Chalet, Doku.
I'm going to say striker. We're just going to put Haaland.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the easiest one. All right. Who's your upper midfielder?
Fernandez.
Yeah. I feel like that's a solid team. I can't even front.
Yeah, Fernandez.
Like if that team was to face off against someone, I feel like it could do well.
Yeah.
It's a team that can keep the ball. You've got your wingers who are obviously kind of mad. Doku obviously on one side, who can obviously feed Haaland. Saka, who likes to always look in the box with these crosses and that. Bruno Fernandes can obviously pick out anybody. Rice and Caicedo. So yeah. I feel that team's calm. O'Reilly can join the midfield if you need someone with maybe a bit more quality in terms of on the ball.
Timber can join midfield as well if you want.
Timber could join. Obviously, you got Virgil and Gabriel. Raya, I think Raya's a top keeper. Listen, you don't win the Golden Glove for nothing, boy. And he's won it like 3 times. Yeah, I think that's a good team. Compare the Prem All-Stars with La Liga All-Stars. God. Striker, Mbappe, Yamal right. Nah, they lose because Rodri just moved there. They would end up losing. Or like on paper, maybe. Actually, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. They would lose in some areas like midfield.
Yeah, like midfield they would lose, but then
defense, I'm not.
Defense. What, Kubasi and who? Konate or Hoyson or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a bit mid.
Left back.
Kukureya.
Yes, I like Kukureya. I think he's good.
And then right back, what, Kunde or Trent?
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'll go. I think the Prem's team would be better. You say PMP, yeah, but look, like they.
I think Spain team will be better. You know, the La Liga one. Unai Simon in goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you have Trent right back,
yeah.
Kukureya left back, and then your centre backs are who?
Kabasi and
Kabasi
on one.
And who? Konate or?
Yeah, like Konate, Rudiger, like one of them, like any one of them.
Cool. So any of them, calm. Who's the other centre back for Barca?
This is the one he's picked.
Laporte. Okay.
Oh shit, yeah, Laporte.
Yeah, I'd go Trent, but I'd Llorente in it. But Rodri, Pedri, I wouldn't even go Gula.
Who'd you go with the other one?
If I were there, I'm going Bellingham in that team.
Bellingham, maybe.
If you go Rodri, Pedri, Bellingham, that's a better balance. Allowed Bellingham to crash the box, and that man can control the game. You just got an extra forward on there.
True.
Think of Bellingham's best performances is when they had Cruz and Modric. Rodri, Pedri, Cruz, Modric, similar.
I don't know, you know. Like, look, sorry, not what you just said. I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, would that team be better than? I think it'll be close. I actually as in, I'm gonna give the Premier League props. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion, and like if they were to ever battle. But their forward line is a bit mad, though. That's what would kill, man.
Oh my God, G! Breaking news.
Hold on, let me look first.
No, I'm gonna tell you. You ready?
Go on.
Official confirmed. Arthur Melo's contract at Juventus has been terminated. He's now available as a free agent, and Liverpool are exploring options.
You're lying. Yeah, you're lying. Where did you see that, bro?
Fabrizio Romano. Harris put it in the chat.
I'm going on Twitter right now. Sorry, peeps. If there's breaking news, I just want to see it with my own two eyes first before I make a comment. I remember when me and Jerry did a live and then Endo started randomly.
Yeah, that was insane, isn't it,
bro? Endo, you know, we were like, "Who the fuck is that, bro?" Sorry, Endo. That was kind of rude of me, but still. Who posted it? Fabrizio Romano.
Yeah.
There's no way. There must be like the fake account or something. I don't know.
No, I sent it to you. Look, I just sent it to you now.
Okay, let me get up.
On WhatsApp. Just on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I just see it. I'm going on now.
I'm chatting. He's not going Liverpool. He's not coming Liverpool. Relax. You can relax, bro. You're about to explode. Look.
No, because I was like, "Rah,
no, you just
okay." That's what I was thinking. Like, "Rah."
You just available as a free agent. That's it. I just said Liverpool going in to get him to bolster the midfield. Your reaction was hilarious, bro.
Yeah, because then I know. Oh, okay, yeah. You might not.
Well, joking.
You don't even serious about life. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm saying, yeah. See, look, Jerry said Bellingham. He forgot Fermin Lopez as well. Like, you really, yeah, you got, yeah, you know what? Maybe Gordon, maybe La Liga level actually. Gordon now as well.
Hell no, Gordon's trash, bro.
Who they got on the right? I said,
Adeyemi,
you know. He's like, honestly, Barca's forward line. I'm so intrigued to see who plays up front. Like, I can't wait.
You got Rafinha as well. But yeah, this Mbappe for me is levels to Haaland, though. He's levels.
Yeah. That's not. And you can go either or. I feel like whichever you prefer is just the one you would go with. Okay, yeah, maybe Premier League actually. Maybe La Liga, because the midfield to attack, I feel, was a lot stronger. You had Rodri, you had Pedri, you got Bellingham, Lamine Yamal, Vinicius Junior, Mbappe. Like, just kind of mad. Not to say Premier League. Obviously, Premier League is good in that. But Saka and Doku versus Lamine Yamal and Vinny Junior. Yeah,
you know what? League starting might be better as well.
Yeah, because they're basically saying PSG team. You're basically saying the PSG, and now they've got in like other players. Like, you're basically saying, and if we're being honest, PSG's front three: Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Doué. Do you think that's better than the Premier League front three?
Yes.
Do you think it's better than La Liga front three?
It rivals it.
You think it rivals it? I feel like La Liga's is better though. Like,
I feel it is.
Mbappe and Yamal are better than
Dembele's winning the Ballon d'Or, though.
Oh, okay, I
There's
hear
one,
Jerry.
there's one brother that's winning. He might do a back-to-back thing.
If he does back-to-back, then I'll keep quiet. I'll keep quiet. But
he might do a back-to-back Ballon d'Or. Yeah, but we'll see. And then Vinicius, Vinicius Kvaratskhelia. Who's better? Some people saying Kvaratskhelia. Cool.
I'm saying Kvaratskhelia. How about that?
Exactly. So already now we're looking at it, and it's like.
And then the midfield. Okay, do you think the midfield of Pedri, Joao Neves, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz is better than Pedri, Rodri, and Jude Bellingham?
It rivals it. One thing I know, they'll probably keep the ball. If they get it, he ain't getting it back.
But Spain will keep the ball though.
No, they will as well, but they're good enough to, so it rivals it.
Defense is where I think they win. That like over La Liga. That's where I think they win. Because Hakimi, Mendes, centre backs, I think are better. Like as an overall package anyway. Maybe PSG by themselves could be even better than that whole thing. That's so mad. So Premier League is just not popping in that. Basically, what was it? That's
bro. Mad. At this point, Bamba could get into this.
Yeah,
the Diki could end up being there instead of Rice. It's not that thing, isn't it?
It is not that. All right, peeps. Gonna head on out of here. Big up to everybody. Obviously, been locked in since this morning, man. Big up to Jerry for obviously joining me on today's stream. Guys, as always, man, make sure you smash a like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. The front line has no press. Forget the press thing. I'm telling you, you don't need to worry about the press. You see when Mbappe, you didn't even ask him to press in for the World Cup. Man was just arcing runs, but he was still pressing a little bit. But then you had Dembele, you had Doué, you had Elise. These guys were pressing for him. You didn't need it to do that. And that's exactly what I think Mourinho is going to end up doing is, I don't need you to do that. I just need you to do this. And once you do that, Real Madrid look like they're kind of ready to go in the season. They've got their players in. They've got Mourinho in, someone who knows how to win. I don't think you're going to have too much beef, because I think he's going to be able to sort that part out. With all these players, and I think they respect him highly enough. So, yeah, man. You guys talking squads? No, not starting 11 before you go. Playing games. Jerry, FSG want the LFC fans dead. Yeah, brother. I generally thought that. Everton 11. Everton 11? What do you mean about Everton 11? I know we spoke about that earlier on. Oh, did you watch the Mourinho City? Yeah, I've watched the Mourinho one.
Yeah, I watched Mourinho.
Yeah. You haven't watched the City? What, the treble one? I think they've got two. I think City have got two.
I've watched the first one.
I feel like
this one. There's one recently about when they lost it. When they lost this season, just gone.
With Pep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've not watched that one. I've watched the Mourinho and the City treble winners one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one I watched because they're both on Netflix. I haven't seen the Pep one. That's the one I've only just seen the clips flying around.
Where it's coming out now, where the clips have come out and all of that. Yeah, where man's like, it's like, playing football, like eating spaghetti every day.
Bro, but one thing I'll say about Pep Guardiola, is some of the, like, obviously, I'm not in the dressing room, but even because we're getting a look inside, even hearing the way man was talking, like, man was proper, like, there was one clip that I saw, brother, he sounded like, when you're holding back tears, so your voice is starting to like choke a little bit when you're trying to speak, bro. I said, rotted, like, and he's talking to his player, like him and Kyle Walker. I heard the interaction obviously between those two. Kyle was like, bro, you always say my name. Like, why you always say my name? There's bare players, but you're saying my name.
That happens. This is what I'm saying. People don't deep that happens. Milner, by the way, Milner's done this to Klopp.
I can imagine, 100%. I can imagine. I don't know, but I can imagine. I'm not going to say
gone, nah, just screaming in his face and that.
But remember, you can do that with certain players because players like Kyle Walker, James Milner. Remember, they're respect, like they're players who command respect, and they also are a bit more tough skin.
Remember, I don't care about that stuff because what? Arsenal. Ezri Konsa's gone. Ezri's gone.
Oh, is he finally gone?
No, he's just gone. That's it. That's it. This is Sky. This isn't even a joke thing.
The way man said, "Oh, no joke." Like, oh,
on the easy thing, they just copped it with it. Yeah. Saliba's at 5 months. Yeah, Esme Konza and Gabriel. There we go.
Bear in mind, you still got Mosquera. You still got
Calafiori. Still got Timber.
Calafiori. Yeah. Ben White, if you ever needed someone else.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Hey, just before we leave, guys. Sorry, just to let you guys know. Obviously, with the arrival of Rodri, Barcelona have now had 10 Ballon d'Or winners represent the football club. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Just so that you guys know. That's the kind of club. You know what I mean?
Villa got Wan-Bissaka.
Oh, Villa ended up getting Wan-Bissaka?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a good signing. I did think they needed to upgrade, and not even upgrade, just have the depth. Having someone like Wan-Bissaka knows the Premier League. Yeah, you'll offer them something still. I just want to know what they do with the striker if Ollie Watkins does go, because I think Maggio is injured. I feel like he's injured. So I just want to know what they're planning on doing. But guys, man, listen, I'm going to leave it there. Will Liverpool sign some more players? I don't know. Will that change your perception on Liverpool, whether or not, that is a madness, whether or not Liverpool finish higher or lower this season? Does it make a difference? I don't know. Do we think Arsenal are the runaway winners? I don't know, man. Let me know your thoughts in... Oh, yeah, they have Tammy Abraham. I completely forgot. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, people, and I will catch all of you soon. Big up to everybody who's been in the chat, whether that be Sai, Trudon, Social Joins, Beans on Toast, Mike's, of course, always love. Who else in there? Mark A. Mark A, big up to yourself. Big up to yourself, man. Been a long time. Morris, Blix, Mr. Tibbs, Mtar Mizzy, big up to yourself. Hey, Mtar Mizzy, you showed me some sick... There were some sick trainers you showed me, boots, actually, the other day. Big up, can't wait. Some new Japanese faces in the Prem. Suzuki. Yeah. Sakamoto for Coventry, Ipswich. Yeah, Maeda was the one I saw. I was like, and Nakamura for Hull. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be real interesting. I don't know when the next Iraola said Liverpool will sign some players in interview with Sky Sports. Yeah, I see that. I don't know when the next stream I'll do is. Like I said, the Premier League kicks off this evening, so I'll end up maybe talking about the game with Arsenal and Coventry, especially if Arsenal lose. So, yeah. Jay, anything to say before we have to bounce out of him? Love for jumping on, by the way, as well.
Well, no worries, man. No worries, bro. Anytime.
Say no more. All right, peeps. Peace out, and I'll catch you guys.